Hey Googans, Dr. Chris Kopp, PT here with Premier Physical Therapy of Jacksonville. Is pain interfering with your life? Looking for a specialist for the rehab of your young athlete? Whether recovering from injury, surgery, or improving overall function, Premier PT Jax provides personalized treatment with compassionate care. My team of experts are ready to serve you at 3 locations, Plana Vedra, San Pablo, and US 1 Phillips Highway. Visit PremierPTJax.com or call 904-996-6922. PremierPTJax.com, where your journey to wellness begins.
Small business, big target. DoubleCheck provides AI-powered cybersecurity solutions to small businesses so you can keep your eye on the ball. Book your free consultation this month for 10% off your first 6 months. Visit doublecheck.com today.
The station that covers the Jaguars day in and day out. WJXL AM and FM, Jacksonville Beach. This is 1010XL, home of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Turn on the radio.
In your car, 92.5 FM and 1010 AM.
Would you like to drive for a while?
In your house, at the beach, on your phone, at the gym, on vacation, out of town.
Well, everyone knows that.
Download our free 1010XL app for all smart devices.
You can't play sports without getting dirty. I'm 1010XL's vacuum cleaner, Hayes Carline, and I clean up messes afternoons on The Frangie Show. Cleaning Up with Hayes is brought to you by Molly Mays on 1010XL.
Whether you own a local business or a global one, you're always looking for ways to position your operation to create opportunities and move on them faster. With Bank of America, you get access to experts, award-winning insights, and business solutions so powerful, you'll make every move matter, locally and globally. Visit bankofamerica.com/banking for business to learn more. What would you like the power to do? Copyright 2024 Bank of America N.A.
Now at Hodges Mazda, drive off in the perfect SUV. Lauren Brooks here. Take advantage of 0.9% APR for 60 months on the 2024 Mazda CX-50 and 2024 Mazda CX-90. Both expertly blend rugged capability with refined luxury, offering versatile performance and sophisticated design to fit your lifestyle. Plus, with 2 years of free maintenance and our non-commissioned sales team putting your best interests first, it's an offer you don't want to miss. Visit Hodges Mazda today or shop online at HodgesMazda.com. See dealer for details, terms, and fees for qualified applicants. Expire September 30th, 2024.
Are you 18 years or older, just got married, just got divorced, or have children? Listen up. Have you done your last will and estate planning? You have questions? Call Matt Hinson with the Hinson Law Firm. Reach him at 527-1700. Office is Jacksonville, Florida. And don't let the state decide your fate. There are 3 certainties in life: death, taxes, and if you stay in your home long enough, a new roof. Hicken here for our friends at Lockhart Roofing. Nobody better in Jacksonville. How do I know? They are a local certified Master Elite contractor, and that means they have a GAF Master Elite warranty. That's the best in the roofing industry. In this day and age, don't settle for cheaper discount roofers. Lockhart Roofing has been here for decades. They aren't going anywhere. Call my friends at Lockhart Roofing, 994-3851. That's 994-3851. Lockhart Roofing, Jacksonville's best for Jacksonville people.
New and pre-owned firearms are in stock at Beach's Jewelry and Pawn in Jacksonville Beach. Want a new sidearm or rifle? Brands like Kimber, Smith & Wesson, 6 Hour, Beretta. No lines, no hassle. Only at Beach's Jewelry and Pawn in Jacksonville Beach.
Calling all fun-loving citizens of Northeast Florida. Freedom Boat Club needs your help. Lisa the botanista has gone missing. She left a note that said gone boating. But here's the thing. Freedom Boat Club has 4 local locations: Julington Creek, Jacks Beach, and 2 in St. Augustine, and over 400 locations across the world. That's a lot of water to cover. Is she water skiing on the Ozarks, whale watching in the Pacific, or island hopping in Spain? Or hiding right here at the Black Creek Rope Swing, or docking at the Conch House? Wait, has anyone checked Fort George Island? Too much to do on the water. So Freedom Boat Club is offering our best discount of all time, so you can help search. You simply make your reservation, show up, and have fun. I gotta go. I'm hopping on a boat to the fish camp for live music and lunch. Maybe I'll find the botanista there. Or better yet, maybe you'll join us with the best discount ever and enjoy boating made simple. Don't blame us when you start playing hooky too. Visit freedomboatclub.com.
The Drill on 1010XL. From the studios of Republic Services, we'll handle it from here.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Coogan Nation. Time to rise and shine and start your day with Duval Sports Media Big Steppers. Dan Hicken.
You know it!
Jeff Prosser.
It's a big deal.
Gosh, it sure is a big deal.
And E to the T.
E.T. is in the booth.
Rise and shine, all that good stuff. Go time on a Monday morning. You remember last year? Good morning, E.T. Remember last year, last game of the year where the Jaguars went to Nashville, play the Titans, and the path was simple: win and you're in, lose and you're out. Remember that? Remember the feeling you had as a fan? That angst that you felt, that nervousness, that knowledge that it, at the end of 17 long regular season weeks, after, countless more days that you spent both in the preseason and bye weeks and everywhere else, but it all just came down to that. So you remember like that nervous energy that you had, that we had as a fan base?
I remember.
Remember that? That's where Hicken and I are today with baseball. That's where we are. I bring in a football analogy to bring up that baseball story to distract myself from the just sheer disappointment. That's what's settled in now. Listen, if you showed up today, if you paid your money to hear the rant, I don't have it in me. I got the energy in me. I do. I don't have the passion in me for it, though. I don't have that. Man, so disappointing. I didn't see this. I knew they had 4 tough ones. I knew there was bound to be some carryover from a year ago. The Chargers taught me that. That was always my red flag there. Boy, the Chargers never recovered from what happened in that one game. Boy, the Chargers never recovered. Remember last year, the Chargers had all those opportunities early in the year to win games. Their coach kept going for it on his own side. Ultimately, he was fired, middle of the year, and the Chargers indeed never recovered from at least seemingly from that collapse here. Now, our collapse was longer and more sustained, and look, I've always said this: injuries can be a reason or they can be an excuse. And boy, what I took for certain as reason feels more like excuse. And I trusted the Trevor Lawrence I had seen at the end of the 2022 season, the playoff run, and the 8-3 start. I trusted that 20-game window that was producing a top 5 to 10 passer, 300-yard passing games, big plays and big moments, opportunities taken advantage of. That guy's not around right now, whatever the reason is. As is natural with an 0-4 football team, there's plenty to blame to go around week to week to week. If we want to break it down and parse it out to the percentage of responsibility for our disappointment and for their loss, man, we got lots of culprits week to week. I mean, literally, you could pick out one single guy to go to the week. Why? However you want to do it. It's all you're left with at 0-4, right? It's been hard for me to leave a game saying if this one guy had done this, that, or the other, they'd have won the game. And I left yesterday's game knowing that they didn't win the game because the quarterback didn't deliver in some key spots when he was given opportunity. He was given opportunity yesterday. When he wasn't and the rush was there, that happens in the NFL. He escaped and got out of trouble, avoided turnovers. But he also yesterday, I thought more than any other game this year, had a clean pocket and some time. And most of the time that translated. On the underneath routes, on the medium depth routes, no complaints. But, buddy, in the National Football League, when you get a clean pocket and you get dudes wide open deep, and understand this, 2 yards is wide open. When you have no other complaint, no other reason, no excuse, you got to drop those balls in there and get those scores. That's what the difference makers do. There are 60 schmoes carrying clipboards that can miss the throw. Plenty of guys, past, present, and future, that can almost hit them. Nuh-uh. The difference makers, the closers, got to hit those throws. and I can find, and we will, as we go through. I think now, this is going to kind of be the method of attack here for what is now 13 games remaining on every big goal, every highest hope that you have just been absolutely torpedoed here before we leave the month of September. I think we almost have to go week to week and just look at that component and what happened. And we got lots of what happened yesterday. But first and foremost, that's a game. Listen, I think it was said at some point last week, and I still am in this camp. Overall, yesterday, a glaring example, though, of plays that were there with no excuses, open to be made, and they weren't made. And they're especially more egregious when the offense outside of that isn't productive enough on the scoreboard, at least. And so it's a narrow loss. It points to pick apart. There are issues that just continue to show themselves, right? The pass rush just not there, and then they lost Josh Hines-Allen, but maybe we lost him game 2. I don't know. I hadn't been a lot of Josh Hines-Allen this year to begin with, but with him out, not in there, C.J. Stroud just had all day. You can't give a dude all day to just float around back there and find really good receivers that seem to find pockets in our defense pretty easily when they're given 7 seconds. I mean, I can't blame a secondary for, getting vulnerable after all that time. So just no pass rush, no game plan dialed up to get to the quarterback in any other way than the down lineman, it seems. It's just, it's hard. But even with that, the defense fought. They did enough. More than enough. Still can't get a turnover. Still can't get to the quarterback. It's amazing they only had 17 at the end of the game. No, the offense left a lot out there. My guy's just never going to take the points, is he? He's just never going to do it. Up 20-17. Now, look, I almost want to pause and come back and hop into just it's a little thing. I don't think I'm the only one that noticed it. I'm sure if I were on social media, y'all had at least a conversation about this. The Jaguars are up 20-17. It's the end of the third quarter. Tank Bigsby busts off a long run, doesn't he? Man, I knew when he didn't get in there. I was like, oh, gosh, can't we just get it in there? But he gets it to what, about the 2-3 yard line,
Yeah, he was up there.
Yeah,
it was 3 yard line.
2-3 yard line. We got it first and goal. Maybe it's the 4 even.
Right.
It seems like that's sticking in my head. If there's one area of this playbook / play calling / execution that we got to be last in the league, it's first and goal inside the 5. It just seems to be the darndest deal for us, okay? Anyway, so Bigsby lumbers down the sideline. Now, as he finished that run, did it feel like he ran out of gas a little?
Absolutely.
It felt like he ran out of gas a little.
Yes.
Now, why in the world would you send that guy to the huddle, wait for it, and hand the ball off to him not once, but twice in a row?
2 times.
Why? Yeah, ETN is, by the way, playing well again at this point. He got trucked on a block, hurt his shoulder early in the game. And my man got trucked.
Yeah, he did.
But like that, so maybe that's not play calling, but it's like situational awareness.
It's like they were trying to reward him.
It's dumb.
Reward the team, man.
Bring ETN in, run those same 2 plays. We may have scored a touchdown. Or switch it up there. And then again, Doug had a good point yesterday. Got testy with the media a little bit, or tense. And I get it. Doug Peterson, that is a ridiculous question. He was asked yesterday in the postgame, are you worried about your job status?
Come on.
He's like, come on, man. Why? He's like, his face gets all twisted and contorted. Like, I mean, is that a serious question? That's fair. We're 4 games in, y'all. This isn't like social media fantasy football, armchair GM. We just willy-nilly change coaches and quarterbacks and, come on. And again, and then he got a little bit testy, did Peterson. He got a little defensive when asked about the play calls, and he's right. The play calling was fine yesterday. The only terrible play call was the quarterback draw. I didn't like that one bit. I didn't like going for it, so if that's a play call, that's more of a coach's decision. I didn't like that. Get the points, man. Just like Andy Reid did a week ago in Atlanta. Same situation almost. Take that 6-point lead. Make them get a touchdown to beat you. It could change how they do things. We give up too many big plays 3rd and long, don't we? I think that came, though, from no pressure. But anyway, I don't – it would be cliche and uninformed to talk today about the play calling. That's not a story today. The play calling yesterday was fine. The execution was pretty good. They missed a couple of long ones. Trevor was pretty sharp other than that. My point is that you guys want to key in, and it's fair on big play, difference, or generate, whatever the term is, hits those long ones, man. They do. The good one, the really good ones around the league are dropping those balls in. They're not last second throwing it 2 yards too long. But back to the point, I digress. The play calling yesterday was fine. The execution wasn't great. It wasn't that play call, though, that series of play calls, 1st and goal inside the 4, not subbing for Biggs, that was not good play calling. That wasn't. But that's one little minor excerpt from an overall game. Overall, play calling, offensive, it just don't score. I mean, I felt like it hit me too hard. I haven't even done the typical dive into the stat sheet. I don't need to look and see what the 3rd down conversions were or, what the time of possession was. I know from watching, the problem with the game yesterday was that the Jaguars can't get to the pass rusher. And so C.J. Stroud had 150 more passing yards than he would have had against a defense that was pressuring him. I mean, did you think Stroud was, awesome yesterday, E?
I think the combination of him was
Nico Collins, yeah.
That was, but he wasn't like a world
beater. He had a guy wide open back of the end zone, sailed it 2 feet over his head. He had a guy right out in the flat on a 3rd down and threw. I mean, mistakes are going to happen. These guys aren't perfect. When you're really struggling, you need them to be that much more. Brian Thomas emerging, as that alpha number 1 it's nice to see, but really it's half the production that the Texans got between Stroud and Collins. Stroud and Collins, 12 for 151 in a score. Lawrence and Thomas, a good day, 686 in a score. Christian Kirk showed up. Look, again, it felt like the offense moved the ball yesterday. It felt like the play calling, I thought, overall was pretty good. It feels like our third downs are killing. Let's see. I without looking, I'm going to say, let's go now to these key markers that show you. For number 1, as usual, is turnovers. We got one yesterday. Doesn't count. Muffed a punt. You still haven't taken the ball away. They gave you one on a muffed punt. We still don't have a turnover. 4 games. So that's going to jump out. They were good on 3rd down because C.J. Stroud had a day and a half to throw. We were terrible on 3rd down. That I think I'm going to find. I think, and because of that, we're going to find that Houston, as every team has this year, is going to run more plays than we did yesterday. It feels like the time of possession wasn't super different yesterday, does it?
No, I don't feel
All
like
right, so let's see what we got here. Let's see if we hit them. I'll come back. I'll let you hear the testing. You guys like that, right? The drama. I'll let you hear the testiness in the postgamer yesterday. Let's see. 3rd downs. Yeah, Jags 4 for 12. Texans 7 for 13. And the 4 for 12 is really worse because you were 0 for 1 on 3. Total plays, yeah, close, not super disparate. 68-58, but they did run more plays. Where am I looking for? Yeah, no turnovers for the Jags. That was a good day. Here's another one. And this adds to all their yardage total and their time possession and their plays run. Man, Houston felt like they got a penalty every other play.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, 12 times they were penalized yesterday. So that leads to some of these. And, yeah, there you go. They had the time possession 33-26. So that all matched up. But at the end of the day, big play opportunities there for the quarterback to make. Couldn't make them yesterday. Play calling, not really an issue to me, except for that first and goal inside the 5. And the primary thing there was more situational maybe than play calling. How do you leave Bigsby in when he's already running out of gas on the play before? I just don't understand that. I mean, that's just that one's bad. And bottom line, 0-4. So we're going to have to compartmentalize here for a couple months and just go week to week. Forget big picture or what's next, anything else. The Colts come to town next week. Most likely it looks like now with Joe Flacco. We'll get into that more with the football fix. But come back on the other side. I'll let you hear from the post game. It starts to run together at this point, doesn't it? This is The Drill. It's the Monday Morning Quarterback. DivorceMenOnly.com.
The Drill from the studios at Republic Services. We'll handle it from here.
Get closer to campus and the biggest games of the weekend.
I'm Matt Hayes. We'll break down the players, games, and storylines
On the Bueller Air and Plumbing College Kickoff, Friday evening at 6. Brought to you by Sonny's Barbecue on 1010XL.
Hi, this is Dale Murray with Murray Automotive Group in Stark and Kingsland. Save yourself from those big city dealers and their fast-talking flim-flam tactics. No matter what your automotive need is, we've got you covered. Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and nobody beats our prices, and I mean nobody. Shazam! Plus our exclusive 15-year, 150,000-mile warranty included on every qualified vehicle. And we'll trade anything from AirPods to fishing rods. Compare our prices online at ShazamAuto.com. Then come see me, Dale Murray. I'll be waiting for you. Shazam!
to get this thing unwrapped here.
Duval! Praz, what in the world are you doing working on your Duval?
That's right, man. I really identify with Duval.
You live in St. Johns County, knucklehead.
I mean the Duval sub, the Dailies Dash Duval. Turkey, ham, melted cheddar, and habanero jack cheeses. Lettuce, tomato, crispy and fresh, you know, like me. I'm sure there's a Dailies Dash sub that sums you up.
The boss.
Because, of course,
oven roasted beef, Munster cheese, roasted mushrooms, caramelized onions. It's the boss of all subs. Only available for me.
That's just not true.
What do you mean? I walked in the other day, screamed, "You know it!" and said, "A boss for a boss."
Well, no matter who you are, there is a Dailies Dash sandwich or sub for you.
Go find yours. They may even make you a boss.
I'm sure they will, because it is Dailies Dash.
Where more is better.
And you got that right.
Chose C for Hard Rock Bet with such an easy app to work off of, and now a brand new kind of parlay, the Flex Parlay. You don't have to hit every single bet to get paid. With a Flex Parlay, you choose your payout amounts and go for a bigger payday. Make football season even more fun. HardRock.bet has it all. Everything in the game. TDs, passing yards, total points, who wins, and so much more. It's all at HardRock.bet. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? Call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
Grab your lucky spot on the couch, because traditions make Sunday easy to enjoy. Bud Light, easy to Sunday, easy to enjoy. Bud Light is the official beer sponsor of the NFL. Enjoy responsibly. 21 plus. Copyright 2024 Anheuser-Busch. Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Post Game Monday on 1010XL is brought to you by Dandy Foods, makers of quality fresh sandwiches and home of the good stuff.
When you're injured in a car accident and the insurance company denies your medical bills, denies to pay your lost wages, and won't repair your car, it's time to fight back. Time to call Farah and Farah at 800-500-5555. Jacksonville.
Attention men and women. If you would like to get your hair back, then you need to listen to some of our clients. John in Orange Park.
IHRS showed me what was causing my hair loss and helped stop it.
Call IHRS now. 904-425-5095. Find out how to grow your hair back with a free hair and scalp examination. Mike from Bay Meadows.
I finally found the most experienced company who could restore my hair. Now I have hair where I had none before.
Results guaranteed. Diane from Ponte Vedra.
Now I have what lotions couldn't give me. Thick, beautiful hair.
Find out why you're losing your hair and how to grow your hair back. 904-425-5095. For a limited time, free hair and scalp examination.
Now my hair will grow for the rest of my life. Thanks, IHRS.
Thank you, IHRS.
Thanks, IHRS, for giving me my hair back.
Hurry, this free examination, normally $199, is yours for free and good only through Sunday. For your free examination, call IHRS 904-425-5095. That's 904-425-5095.
Jacksonville Sports Radio.
Is this true? Who are you?
1010XL.
A lot of companies will tell you they're the best. At Custom Tree Surgeons, they show you every time. Custom Tree Surgeons has built an all-pro team. Every tree service professional has years of experience, continually trained and certified. They know what, when, and how to handle any job. It gets done efficiently and quickly by a team of experts. So for tree trimming, removal, stump grinding, and emergency services, forget any name other than Custom Tree Surgeons. There is no job they can't do better. Go to website CustomTreeSurgeons.com. That's CustomTreeSurgeons.com and let them him show you how the job is supposed to get done.
1010XL is presented by Farrah & Farrah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
Just tell them we got to keep working, keep fighting. A lot of football ahead of us. You know, it's not time to start pointing fingers and just got to improve.
Now, that's Doug Peterson. Welcome back, gang. Circle back to the Jaguars here in 1 second. What about that game Saturday night in Tuscaloosa, Alabama? Woo! Oh, man. It's great when they live up to it, and it certainly didn't look like it. Georgia just got blitzed out the gate, right? I mean, they were on the way to an embarrassing loss until they weren't. And Carson Beck and the Dogs made some big plays in the pass game in the second half. He, overall, up and down, talk about missing some plays, man. Georgia, when they got that ball back again, they had a couple open shots downfield. He underthrew, I felt like, including the interception that wrapped up the game. But Georgia stormed all the way back. In fact, they took a 1-point lead. That kid, he's like a video game.
That 17-year-old?
Yeah,
Man.
Ryan Williams for Alabama. He's a 17-year-old true freshman.
Stud.
It's like he levitates. It's almost like his feet don't hit the ground. Huh? Look at that play again, like the game-winning play. He caught some 80-yard touchdown, but he goes up, he catches, and as he comes down, he does like this bounce pirouette kind of deal. And I swear he took a step forward without his feet hitting the ground.
That young man is different.
He was different. And Alabama gets a big win early. The newfangled college football, it doesn't kill you. Well, if you're a Georgia fan, you got to regroup, but it does now put some urgency. Dogs still got to play Texas. It's never easy going to bounds. A nice win for Kalen DeBoer, right, coming out of the gates, and Alabama's mastery over Georgia continues. 9 out of 10 now over Kirby Smart and the Dogs. So look, with an 0-4 start, comes at sometimes over-exuberant cries for, I don't know, is this change? Does it even constitute change? We're way too early. Doug Peterson's been here 2 years. What were their records the first 2 years, ET?
9-8.
9-8. These went 18-16, taking over an absolute dumpster fire portalet of a franchise. I mean, the Jaguars were, when Trevor Lawrence got here the year before, and then when Peterson arrived a year later, the worst franchise in the league. Agreed, E?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, like they're the worst. I mean, you literally have back-to-back number one picks. Certainly, this has not continued any sort of growth, and there are questions to be asked, answers to be found. Already determining that it's broke and that Peterson should go. It seems way ahead of the story to me. Again, we'll compartmentalize, take it 1 week at a time. But I can also tell you this, okay? First, Peterson get a little testy, I thought, and I don't blame him, but you can hear almost the incredulity in his voice when he was asked if he has concerns about his job status after yesterday's loss in the 0-4 start.
My status?
Yeah. After an 0-4 start.
I mean, no. I mean, it's kind of a strange question, but okay.
Yeah.
Clown question, bro.
E.T. did Bryce Harper weighing in.
It is what it is.
Is that right? Now, there was also a point yesterday in Peterson explaining the game, and sometimes it comes up over the... he also got a little... cut 8, E.T.
For what? I thought he called a great game. We, as coaches, we can't go out there and make the plays, right? It's a two-way street. So, you guys can sit here and point the finger all you want, and that's fine. Point it right at me. I can take it. Okay? I can take it. Whatever you want to ask me, say, whatever, write, go ahead.
Well, he was asked, too, do you need to take the headset from Press Taylor? And that's also a fair answer. What are you talking about? What game did you just watch? Play calling was fine today. Again, first and goal from the 4. I don't like that collection of play calls and game management. I don't like that a bit. But as they ran for like 158 yards. I thought Trevor had clean pocket and time to throw better yesterday than he's had. I don't think play calling was the reason the Jaguars lost the game yesterday. I don't think Doug Peterson believes that. And he came as close as he could come to throwing Trevor Lawrence under the bus without doing it.
Yeah, he did.
If you watch his expression and his eye roll, when that, not that comment, it was a little bit earlier in his press conference, but said, look, he basically said, we had 2 guys wide open deep and we didn't hit him or we win the game. That's basically what he said.
Ooh.
Is that?
Yeah, that's that Trevor, man.
Is that putting it too simple?
But even that one right there, he's like we called a good game. He said, as coaches, we can't go out there and make the plays.
He's right. He's right about that. But that doesn't, and again, that's a fine line, and dissension is an ugly topic. That's a fine line now because, at the same time, we can find things to point at the coaching staff over and about. You didn't take points again. You had it first and goal at the 4, and you left a guy in who just ran at 60 while you have his starter, the guy in front of him, standing next to you on the sideline. That's terrible. That's terrible. I mean, there's a few things here that are just terrible. That's terrible. You want to talk about lack of awareness. Is there nobody representing the Jaguars with a coach's cap on Sunday that watches that play from the press box and says, hey, man, what are we doing? Get Bigsby out. Not only that, he's got to sprint the 25 yards back to the huddle because he goes out down here at the cone. And then on top of that, what do? They hand him the ball.
2 times in a row.
Yeah. So, yeah, sure, the play call, you can say we missed opportunities. I will say, as play callers, you crap the bed. First and goal at the 4, that wasn't the players screwing it up. That's not a case of it was that. Could have happened a lot during the game. I just don't like that overall narrative when it comes in. I think the coach has always got to stay above it. We got to coach. Whatever it is you want to say, blame me. We got to coach better. We all saw, look, I'm not a coachee. What's the first thing I honed in on today as to this to me was the first game through all these troubles where directly I can lay at the quarterback's feet and say, hit these plays, we win the game, man. Hit them. Hit these 2. They're open. You got to hit these. These are long open plays. He's got to be hit. Whatever the reason they are, doesn't matter. You got a clean pocket. You got a guy open. So when your coach rolls your eyes and says there's plays we got to hit, don't get in your feelings about it. He's right. First and goal at the 4, Trevor Lawrence. Just what happened?
Yeah, we had to hit the big play, went down there, and we tried to stay with some tempo and catch them on their heels and score. And, that's something that we've done a lot in the past and we've been successful at. So just didn't work that time. And then, obviously, they stuffed us on, second or third down after that. And we had the 4th and 1, or we second down, then third down we threw it and had the 4th and 1. And just one of those plays, 4th and 1, looking back on it, see the way the game goes, you gotta convert there. You get on the 1-yard line, gotta score a touchdown. Coach puts it in our hands. We got to figure it out and make the play. We had the opportunity. I felt like we had some good looks down there to do more with it, and we weren't able to capitalize.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, it says you got 2 big plays there, and you got to hit them. You got 2 guys that are open. You're a franchise quarterback. You make top dollar. If a kicker goes out and he's got a game-winning kick from 50, if he doesn't make it, we think he stinks, and he makes, roughly $238 million less. You got 2 big, relatively easy opportunities. What went wrong on wide open potential touchdowns of both Brian Thomas Jr. and Christian Kirk?
Yeah, I guess I'll have to watch it. Both felt good coming out and obviously just missed it. The guys did a good job today of getting open. They played a lot of man coverage, which is something, as an offense that you like to see. Your players get a chance to go win one-on-ones, and as a quarterback, you get to go, push the ball downfield at times. So just missed a few. You have to watch it and see what the reasons were. Both of those, when it came out, thought we had a chance and ended up being a little too much. So, I have to watch them.
Yeah, I could save you the film work. I mean, here's the reason. You film a little too far.
Yeah, the reasons why he's in his head. It's not the physical ability that he's lacking.
Well,
we know he can do it.
Yeah, and I don't think those throws. I don't think he was in his head on those throws. I think he was comfortable. I just think he threw it further than where they were going to be. Where he thought they were going to be. Look, the Thomas was more fitting it in there, but he's still open. You got to hit it. The teams that are winning, the quarterbacks that are making plays, the fan bases that are happy today are hitting those plays. And there's too many times he doesn't have the opportunity to hit those plays.
We're not good enough to not hit them plays.
Right. Yes, that's correct. More often he doesn't have time or even the ability to hit those plays because of how the play's going. When you do, you got to hit them. And we didn't yesterday, but again, compartmentalizing week to week now at 0-4. We got the Colts coming to town next week. Let's take a tour of the NFL. There's some really fun stories out there. Here are the Jags at 0-4. And I look around the league. I see Bo Nix with 2 wins in Denver. I see the dadgum Commanders striking it rich with Jaden Daniels. Holy cow. This we're going to look back on and say, hey, Bears, what were you doing? I mean, this guy is by a mile the best of the rookie quarterbacks. He looks like Lamar's 6 years in. He may already throw better.
Right.
This dude's for real, huh? I mean, wow, what the Commanders have done here to start the season. And Jaden Daniels is throwing 80%, gang. The Commanders punted yesterday for the first time since week 1. They can't even get him off the field. So that and other good storylines, some dramatic finishes, and the ranks of the donut lovers is down to 2. And they're both from the sad AFC South. The division, by the way, I see the Colts got 2 wins already. SMH, boys. SMH.
The Drill on 1010XL. From the studios of Republic Services, we'll handle it from here.
This is Brent Musburger's VSIN Action Update on 1010XL. Brought to you by Duck Rooter Plumbing, Septic, and Air Conditioning. When you're stuck, call the Duck. Proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Texans over the Jaguars 24-20 yesterday at NRG Stadium in Houston, but the Jaguars did cover as 5.5-point road dogs, but they are 0-4. They opened 2.5-point favorites at home this week against the Colts, 45.5 the total. Anthony Richardson knocked out of the Colts win over the Steelers 27-24 yesterday. A Monday Night Football doubleheader today. Lions laying 4.5 at home to the Seahawks. Dolphins a 2.5-point home favorite against the Titans. Braves and Mets play a doubleheader to close out Major League Baseball's regular season today. Braves at $1.55 favorite in Game 1 of the doubleheader. They need a win to advance to the postseason. Bet smarter with Juice Reel. It's free in the App Store. Juice, R-E-E-L. Mike Senna, 1010XL.
Hurricane season is here, and if you own or run a business, you must protect your valuable property from parking lot floods. Call Duck Rooter, your storm drain maintenance experts. Our VACCON team specializes in regular storm drain maintenance to keep your property safe and secure. With Duck Rooter, you can trust our professionals to keep your storm drains clear, preventing floods and ensuring the well-being of your customers and employees. Call us today at 904-862-6769 to schedule your storm drain maintenance. Visit duckrooter.com for more information.
Integrity, persistence, and standing up for victims. It's what you want in a personal injury case and what my friend and lawyer Glenn Cohen brings to every case for over 40 years. Call Glenn at Barnes, Cohen & Sullivan.
15,000 workers. I'm Brian Rose from Remedy Staffing. We survey 15,000 blue-collar workers each year to better understand what drives quality and dependability in our workforce. The survey shows when looking for a new job, the initial pay rate, job security, and safety while working are the most important factors for hourly workers. If you're an employer and would like to learn more about the voice of the blue-collar worker, please call us at 904-528-1933.
Hacker here, and the celebration is getting closer than I expected. On my countdown to 100 pounds. I thought it would take me a lot longer, but I'm already at 98 pounds gone. 4.5 pounds down last week alone. Next week should be epic as I do what I never thought could be done just 6 months ago. Me losing 100 pounds. What's your Awaken 180 goal? Is it hitting a number? Is it losing weight without a life of medications? Or is it just feeling better? Whatever your goal is, bring it it to Awaken 180 and ask them how fast you will reach it. But Hacker, I've tried other programs and diets before. Why will Awaken 180 work? It's simple, because if I can do it, anyone can do it. Remember, when I hit that 100-pound mark, we're going to celebrate. I'll keep you updated again next week, but I have a hunch I'll be crossing that 100-pound threshold. In the meantime, pick up the phone and make your own 180. Call 844-346-1800 or online at awaken180weightloss.com.
You don't have to be a football star to get a signing bonus. The team at Republic Services needs your skills, and they're paying up to $5,000 for you to join the roster. You'll be joining a winner. As an essential business, the Republic Services trucks have not stopped rolling with hourly and weekly pay and better benefits and vacation packages than the rest of the league. Driver trainees, $1,000 sign-on bonus. CDL drivers, $3,000. Diesel mechanics, $5,000 bonus. Join the winning team at Republic Services today. Visit republicservices.com.
Equal opportunity employer.
He was a favorite on the field.
Cardiac cast, thank you, baby.
And he's back on 1010XL. Former Jaguars QB David Garrard joins Jaguars Today to talk Jags.
Mondays on 1010XL.
Brought to you by WaterboyJax.com.
Welcome to ABS Advanced Business Solutions, your local print management partner, and home to Xerox and HP copiers.
Advanced Business Solutions.
GoABSinc.com.
This is Dr. Kevin Kaplan, head team physician for your Jacksonville Jaguars. Here's the latest update on the Jags, brought to you by Baptist Health and JOI.
The Jaguars lost a close contest to the Texans. Head coach Doug Peterson revealed what he told the team.
We got to keep working, keep fighting. A lot of football ahead of us. It's not time to start pointing fingers and just got to improve.
With the Jaguars record now 0-4, the Jag head coach Doug Peterson wasn't concerned about his job status.
I mean, no. It's kind of a strange question, but okay.
Quarterback Trevor Lawrence expressed concern about his own play.
I'm pretty frustrated. Like I said, a lot of missed opportunities. A lot of that's on me. There were some plays early in the game that, I was just a little off. I got to hit those plays.
At your Jacksonville Orthopedic Institute Jaguar Update, I'm Sam Nelson.
XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
Yeah, just a conversation. I know I spoke up about it. Just third down, that's the money down. We got to get them off the field, and that's what we were struggling with. So I made a comment about getting off the field on third down, plus everybody else. So that was just a common goal of the team, I said.
That's Ventrell Miller. Preston Action played well, right? There were some bright spots yesterday. I'm not going to call them positives. You lost again. You're 0-4. But that doesn't mean there aren't some bright spots. Brian Thomas looks like he's the real deal, so that's nice. And Ventrell Miller, we learned Devin Lloyd inactive. We already know no Foye, but I thought Ventrell Miller, former Gator, was flying around making plays, tackles for loss. I thought he was real good yesterday. And the defense, to his point, they did play a lot better in the second half. And it got a lot of help from the penalty flags. Although there was I don't know, remember the exact game situation. I'm sure because the whole game felt like it was 20-17 Jags for like an hour and a half. But during one of those stretches, remember they had the 3rd and 18? And they hit a Goombawale, and he bounced around and made it by. I mean, we had it's a bad tackling day. Is Cisco having a good year?
Yeah, he's not really standing out.
I don't feel
like
like he's having a good year. He looks kind of big and slow, doesn't he? I mean, I don't know. Again, Ventrell Miller, though, saying they did do a lot better job on third down in the second half. The Texans were 7 for 13, but most of that came in the first half where they seemed to be moving it at a will. Looked like Buffalo all over again, didn't it, for about the first, almost half. So a couple bright spots, but overall, big fat goose egg in the left-hand column, and the Jags will come home and will face the Indianapolis Colts. Looks like, what do you know, Anthony Richardson's hurt.
Flaccosaurus on deck?
Yeah, it could be Flacco. Could be Flacco again. We'll
almost rather have Anthony Richardson.
I'm not kidding.
For real.
Yeah, I would too. I really would. Yeah. Yeah. All right, we're going to take a tour of the NFL here in just a second, but before we do... Ooh. How we doing, FSU fan? Ooh. Where we at in Old Nation? Yeah, man, scathing commentary within the brand. You know, I read, I don't know if it was on War Chant or maybe another one of the fan-ish sites, not just, you know, not Johnny in his basement over there in the Tallahassee Hills, but, you know, maybe one of those, you know, Bleacher Report types. I don't know exactly where I read it, but it was, you know, commentary, somebody covering the team, right? It's a mess, man. They've announced a quarterback change, right? I see that yesterday. I got more on FSU and the debacling that occurred out. And I what, 42-16 was it maybe by the time that thing went final? I mean, you got to be some kind of diehard Florida State football fan to be watching that game while Georgia and Alabama were doing what they were doing on the channel next door. Wow, what a college football game that was. The other big, I guess, outcome from college football was Ole Miss losing at home to Kentucky. If you look now within the beginning of the season, the one game that I go, what happened there? Remember the opener when South Carolina just whacked Kentucky? I mean, they beat the brakes off of them. I don't remember the score. It's like 38-7 or something, though. And then Kentucky, right, they played Georgia tough. They had the Dogs in some trouble, really had a legitimate chance to win that game. And then they go to Oxford where, maybe Lane Kiffin, maybe stay out of the selfies from the bar scene for a while, coach some ball. Maybe not have all the fun you're having trolling about the University of Florida job and blue heart liking other people's ex-posts. Maybe just, concentrate on winning there in the Grove against Kentucky. Don't think that's not being whispered down there in Oxford. Don't think Rebel fans... With the loss now comes hey, man, are you really paying attention? What are we doing? First time Kentucky's won at Ole Miss since like the 70s, I think I saw. Oof. Meanwhile, there's plenty of fan bases having fun. I mean, the season has started way better than they could have even hoped. Meanwhile, some fan bases used to success have had to balance some ups and downs early in the year. I think of the Ravens and what they did last night. And then there are others searching for anything productive or wins along the way. Let's bundle them together with a football fix. Speaking of bundling, Allstate agent Mandy Bowers, Mandarin, brings you today's football fix and can also bundle your coverage to save you money. Isn't that what it's about? It's also about that and knowing that when something goes bad, they are there. And that's the assurance with the insurance of Allstate agent Mandy Bowers in Mandarin. Also, the home course, Jointed Creek Golf Club. Got a couple Monday Nighters tonight. Titans 0-3. Just the Jags and the Titans now with no wins. Cincinnati picked theirs up yesterday in Carolina. Falcons Saints played a good old-fashioned Southern NFL slobber knocker yesterday. New Orleans and Atlanta are terrific rivals, right? It goes way back to the day. They came in the league about the same time. They were both terrible in a division where the Rams and the 49ers just beat the dog do out of them most Sundays. And so the Saints and Falcons have been kindred rival spirits for years, and yesterday came down to a 58-yard kick with basically no time left, so Atlanta beats New Orleans. The Bears get a 6-point win over the Rams, so it hadn't always looked pretty, but 2-2 Chicago out of the gates. Vikings and Sam Darnold continue to be the story. Wow. Credit the coaches in Minnesota. What else can you say for how Sam Darnold is playing? And the Vikes are 4-0. Packers losing home, and Jordan Love returned in that one. Justin Fields had 300 yards passing yesterday. Dumping in on that game here and there. It felt like he was making his plays with his legs. Ultimately, not enough plays were made unless you're Joe Flacco, and this guy's come in and done it again. Anthony Richardson hurt yesterday. Flacco and the Colts escape home. They'll come to Jacksonville next week, 2-2. There's the Colts with a couple of wins. Hey, Broncos beat the Jets yesterday, 2-2. Jets, they even got a couple of wins. Bucs are 3-1. The Eagles are wrong. Right? Now look, yesterday got no A.J. Brown, no Devontae Smith, but they're just wrong. Bucs 3-1. Got a big Thursday nighter with Atlanta this week. I think that's the Thursday night game in the ATL. All right, let's see. Commanders and Jaden Daniels. There's the story. To me, the story of the early season. What Dan Quinn has proven he can do defensively. And listen, as good as Stroud was last year, I'm not sure Daniels isn't better. I mean, back-to-back years where rookie quarterbacks are immediately playing like top 5 talent. And this kid has just been unbelievable. Their offense has been unreal with Cliff Kingsbury. And suddenly you sit through 4 games, and they're not exactly beating the Chiefs. I get it. But you look through 4 games now, and you kind of feel like Washington's a playoff team, don't you? We'll see. 49ers with a layup at home. They're 2-2. The Patriots, they got to win. Browns lost at the Raiders. Cleveland's little mirage last year was just that. And yes, they are indeed the worst team in the AFC North. Now tied with the Bengals, losing to the Raiders and Gardner Minshew. Minshew, the Raiders, they got a couple of wins. They're 2-2. Man, the Chiefs just keep dropping like flies. Yes, I still think they're the favorite. But now Rashee Rice is going to be lost for the year. He tore the ACL. They already had no Pacheco. Hollywood Brown's been out since the preseason opener here in Jacksonville. So, Sky Moore and Juju Smith-Schuster, you guys get ready. Mecole Hardman, get ready. Time to go catch 60. And last night, it was the King Henry show, man. That dude's a Hall of Famer, isn't he?
Yes, sir.
I mean, how many times we got to see it from Derrick Henry?
This man was running away from the DBs, like separating himself.
And they said 250. My feet, he's 250. That dude's 260, 270. And the Ravens yesterday. But look, here, this is what good teams do. They 0-2. There's no panic. 0-2 going to Dallas and Buffalo. Last week, we made the Bills look like they were the greatest show on turf, an unbeatable collection of AFC heavyweight power. And then the Ravens said, yeah, not so much. Boy, if you had Josh Allen in fantasy or playing against him, that game didn't go anything at all like you would have thought. That's Football Fix. You're welcome. Man. Circle back. That's it. Killed us. Done. Gonzo. Going to Creek Golf Club. All stage at Manny Bowers. No more music. Music dead. Kill the band. There we go. Listen, as bad as Jaguar, I got to circle back again to this. Is there any part of you that feels like Mike Norvell is going to survive? It's hard to believe. You're fresh. You're year one. I'm not saying now. Smead in general. It almost feels as hopeless as other situations, perhaps, around the state. Anywho. All right. Hicken and Rival more come your way next. We are in the opposite of the victory formation yet again. It's the Monday Morning Quarterback, divorcemenonly.com.
The Drill on 1010XL. From the studios of Republic Services, we'll handle it from here. Learn the ins and outs and ups and downs of the man under center.
Don't just watch the position, learn the position.
Friday mornings on The Drill, Denny Thompson is
the quarterback whisperer.
Brought to you by Tyson Sound and Security and George Moore Chevrolet on 1010XL. Now you can watch 1010XL shows all day on X, Facebook, and YouTube. Brought to you by MyBookie. Experience Vegas from the comfort of your phone anytime, anywhere. Sign up today. Use promo code 1010XL.
Hey, Hicken here. You tired of having your carpets professionally cleaned only to have them looking dingy again? Zero Res can help. I'll tell you what, they have the technology. Zero Res uses its patented ZR water that cleans beautifully without using any soaps, detergents, or shampoos. That means zero residue left behind. And guess what? Zero Res falling back in time for September. 3 rooms of carpet clean for only $129, and we'll clean a 4th room for free. That's right. The 4th room is on me. Zero Res, man. Spell it forward. Zero Res, spell it backwards. It's the right way to clean.
DivorceMenOnly.com. This is Kenny Lay of Kenny Lay & Associates. Our firm specializes in representing men in family law. That's all we do. That's our only focus. We can help with all of your family law needs, such as divorce, custody, alimony, and child support. For over a decade, we have helped thousands of men with these types of issues. We even have an appellate division ready to challenge a judge's ruling. If you need a family law attorney, go to DivorceMenOnly.com. DivorceMenOnly.com. Offices, Jacksonville.
Southeast Orthopedic Specialist is now offering ortho walk-in appointments. If you have an immediate need for orthopedic care, contact Southeast Orthopedic Specialist immediately. Avoid ERs and urgent care waiting rooms. For more information, go to se-ortho.com.
Relieve pain and get back to life. SOS. Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
Home of the Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Hey, couldn't be any happier than to join and be part of the George Moore Chevrolet family. When I say family, that's how you'll be treated when you visit the beautiful showroom off Atlantic Boulevard. You'll find out exactly what I'm talking about. No pressure, just friendly help. Hicken here for my friends at George Moore Chevrolet. I got my boy Blue, the beautiful blue Silverado. But if you don't want a truck, if you want a car, an SUV, an electric, a pre-owned, you name it, George Moore Chevrolet's got it. And if you can't make it over to Atlantic Boulevard, don't worry about it. No problem. MooreChevy.com. Easy to navigate as any site you try. It's got all the vehicles listed right there for you. It's got sales, it's got service, it's got parts. Never been more easy to use. I like to say George Moore Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
He used to cover the Jags. Now he's a CBS Sports senior NFL writer.
Well, I believe he's got everybody's attention.
He's Pete Prisco. Friday afternoons on The Frangie Show. Brought to you by Showtime Sports Cards and Collectibles on 1010XL.
Attention men and women. If you would like to get your hair back, then you need to listen to some of our clients. John in Orange Park.
IHRS showed me what was causing my hair loss and helped stop it.
Call IHRS now. 904-425-5095. Find out how to grow your hair back with a free hair and scalp examination. Mike from Bay Meadows.
I finally found the most experienced company who could restore my hair. Now I have hair where I had none before.
Results guaranteed. Diane from Ponte Vedra.
Now I have what lotions couldn't give me. Thick, beautiful hair.
Find out why you're losing your hair and how to grow your hair back. 904-425-5095. For a limited time, free hair and scalp examination.
Now my hair will grow for the rest of my life. Thanks, IHRS.
Thank you, IHRS.
Thanks, IHRS, for giving me my hair back.
Hurry, this free examination, normally $199, is yours for free and good only through Sunday. For your free examination, call IHRS 904-425-5095. That's 904-425-5095.
Baloo here for Smunez Vision. Why Smunez Vision? Well, I've been with Dr. Neil Smunez now since I got back to Jacksonville in 2006. 37 years of experience he has. Smunez Vision is a family organization that focuses on personal high-quality medical and surgical eye care. Dr. Catherine Smunez is fellowship trained in cornea and cataract surgery and all refractive surgery. Combined, that's 30 years plus in laser eye surgery. Visit SmunezVision.com today. Care you can see.
Hey, I can hear from my friends at Lockhart Construction. That's a longtime Jacksonville business. Shane's dad started the company. Shane, his guys, all from here, taking care of people who live here, people like me. I needed a new bathroom. I called Shane Lockhart Construction. Fast, friendly, affordable, clean, in your house. They take care of it. We used them again, and then we used them again. And then I turned them on to all of my friends, and they've used them. My son, they did the outside of his house, re-sided it. Unbelievable. Looks like the best house on the street. Their family gives your family a better living experience. If you have a construction need, a thought, an idea, give Shane a call. He'll call you back. 994-3865. Shane Lockhart Construction. 994-3865.
Are you looking for a place to outfit your truck or van? It's Catlin Truck Accessories. For 105 years and 4 generations, Catlin is the name you can count on. This is Keith Catlin, and we know trucks and vans too. From Lear toppers, ladder racks, van shelving, strobe lighting, roll and lock bed covers, and everything in between. If you want quality product and great customer service, there's only one name. It's Catlin.
Who can you count on? Count on Catlin.
For 105 years, you can count on Catlin.
I'm here with Danny Van Sickle, director of the Electrical Training Alliance. Danny, tell me about your program.
Hey, Rick, we're a 5-year electrical apprenticeship. Our students start out making over $40,000 a year, and right now graduate making over $90,000 a year, including benefits. There is no tuition or no student debt. You just have to apply and get accepted.
Did you say no tuition and no student debt?
You heard that right, Rick. Once you're accepted to the program, your only cost are the books and the course fees. About $800 a year.
That sounds like an amazing opportunity. How can I learn more?
Just go to etajax.org, and you can apply there.
Apply by November 7th.
Here's your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update, sponsored by Southern Oak Insurance. The beating FSU took at the hands of SMU left head coach Mike Norvell frustrated in his post-game remarks.
We're all accountable to this for what just showed up. I mean, the things that we've been emphasizing working. We missed way too many missed tackles.
Georgia head coach Kirby Smart appeared to put much of the loss to Alabama as a result of the excellent play of the Alabama quarterback.
It's hard to defend, but when he's 28 of 31, or what was it, halftime, he was, I don't know what it was, but it was not very many incompletions.
After a near 2-month commitment to Florida, 4-star safety Demetrius Samuel Jr. flipped his pledge back to Syracuse, he announced late Sunday night. Samuel Jr.'s flip back to Syracuse leaves Florida with only one defensive back committed to the class. That's your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update. I'm Sam Nelson.
At 6:58, it's 72 degrees. Time and temp brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cooler with Bueller.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Ladies and gents, please put your hands together as Dan Hicken enters the studio.
Hello, darkness, my old friend. I've come to talk with you again.
You know it.
Because a vision softly creeping.
Hey, you know it.
Left its seeds while I was sleeping.
Yes, sir.
And the vision that was planted in my brain.
It just keeps happening over and over and over and over. 30 years. And over and over and over. Doesn't matter who the coach is. Over and over and over. Doesn't matter who the players are. Over and over and over. My eyes are burning, stabbed by a flash of neon light known as the Jaguars. They burn.
Scorched.
Each and every Sunday afternoon.
Deep Texas heat.
Just burn, scorched, stab them. I stabbed them.
Let another one get away there, didn't we?
It's a hard one to do today because we love the kid and everything he stands for, and he's really handles off the field stuff tremendously, but it's just not good enough. I mean, this game is 100% on Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah, got to hit those.
100%.
That's really it's on those two plays.
Yeah, there was a 3rd and 1 rollout with ETN right there, and he missed them. 3rd and 1 to keep a drive going. That could have led to more. That's 18 points. You have got to hit these passes, man.
The deep ones you got to hit.
Holy
I'm not going to. We can quibble about nobody's perfect. I mean, C.J. Stroud misses guy, but to your point, you can't miss the long ones. You can't miss the long ones.
Don't mention that guy's name.
Well, there's also 10 seconds to throw every time, so that
there was
certainly helped
plenty of time to throw yesterday.
Correct.
Beautiful pockets
for sure.
Beautiful pockets.
For sure. The best opportunity, the play calling was fine yesterday, except for the first and goal on the 4. That was all silly. Should have never. I mean, who situational awareness? You got to pull Bigsby out of the game. He just ran 60. He's out of gas at the 20.
I don't know. What about giving your guy the chance to score a touchdown? Derrick Henry did that last night. Derrick Henry? Yes, Derrick Henry.
That's like Tank Bigsby, Derrick Henry?
Yeah, in the second half, Derrick Henry rumbled for about 40 yards. In the second half, when he's got 20 carries in, down to the 2, and they gave him the ball twice.
Fred
Taylor will tell you today, one of the biggest regrets of his life is when he get taken out on the goal line.
That's a 60-yard run. He's pushed out. He literally he needed to take a...
He's a professional athlete.
You have a fresh...
I did say Derrick Henry, a running back.
Those guys don't want to tackle Derrick Henry.
But no. You got a fresh ETN there. He ran. He almost had to take a stretcher off the field after his 2 runs. Barely made it off the field. Run
whatever. I don't agree.
Fresh. Yeah.
I don't agree. The only call that I thought was bad was a quarterback draw.
Yeah.
Where I knew it, you knew it, they knew it, everyone at home knew it.
We don't ever run it.
Everybody's screaming it.
Yeah.
It's going to be a quarterback draw.
Yeah.
It's going to be a quarterback draw.
Yeah.
And we didn't get that block. That was the
Foley
only.
Fatukasi knew it too.
Yeah, Foley Fatukasi even knew it.
Yeah.
That was the only really bad calls. And you're going to have bad calls throughout the game. I thought the game, I agree with Peterson on one thing. I thought it was a good game call.
It was.
I thought we should have scored close to 40 points. We should have 40 points. And we didn't because the quarterback did not get it done. Again, come on, dude. You're better than that, or maybe you're not. I don't know. But this is ridiculous. I mean, those are easy throws, man.
Got to hit the long ones.
Got to hit
the long ones.
Thomas, wide open double move, and we got to hit Kirk
especially
towards
of
the
all
cone.
Of them, the Kirk is just throw it. You've been playing with this dude for 3 years.
Yesterday was a day where
behind.
the Jags gave Trevor no excuses for the first time in a long time. Generally speaking, we can sit there and go, oh, gosh, he's got no time to throw. Oh, gosh, the receivers don't get open. Oh, gosh, the play calling is abhorrent. Yesterday, none of that was true. Yesterday was a win.
He had his best
Trevor
opportunity
makes a
yesterday.
play. And in the end, he's a little better than 50% for 170 yards. Yeah. The other guy sits there with poise in the pocket. Everything's falling apart. He just stands there. And he had 200 in the first half. We had 82. He finished with 354, and when he had to take him down the field, and by the way, he had adversity all day long. It's called penalty flags. Houston was there for the picking. Houston is not playing good. We should have beat them. We should have beat Miami. We should have beat Cleveland, and we didn't.
Right.
And this is extremely frustrating.
At this stage, the only thing left to do is just go week to week and find out why yesterday's game was won or lost.
It sucks, because the season's over, bro.
Again, that's why you got to go week to week.
I know, it's over. There's no 0-4 you don't come back from. It's just disappointing, man.
For sure.
It was all right there for these guys, and they played a good game except for our guy. Got to play better, man. We know that. He knows that.
Everyone knows it.
Everyone knows it. You can't watch that game yesterday and come back and sit there and say he wasn't the reason we lost. You can't. Sometimes
yesterday
most of the time.
That's right.
Yeah.
It's the first time.
Yeah.
It's the first time that he was the problem, not the solution.
It's getting worse
I get
and worse.
it. Well, what do you expect? They've lost 8 in a row.
9.
Yeah.
He's lost 9.
Well, I get it, but I'm just saying. Of course, it's getting worse and worse.
And I also
you got to hit those two. But for so many, you hit those 2 plays, and guess what? Your stat line is.
Yeah.
You're 20 for 33 for 270 yards, 4 touchdowns.
Yeah, that's what he should have been. Plays. They set him up perfectly.
Yeah. Again, the Thomas. You got to hit one of the two. Really, one of the two. I get it. And because everything else is out of whack, you got to be damn near perfect when you have opportunity. And to your point, he had way more opportunity yesterday. And for the most part, with a clean pocket, it showed. It did not show on those plays.
Oof. With all that said, our Dreamfinders Homes poll question of the day. We love to do it. Dreamfinders, the official home builder of the Jacksonville Jaguars, the Gators, and the Tour. They've been around. They got 15 different communities to help you out. After his 9th straight loss, where do you Jags fans stand on Trevor Lawrence as your franchise quarterback? 4 choices. Must be better. I've seen enough. He's not him. He'll figure it out. Or draft another quarterback in 25.
It's kind of
those are your 4 choices.
2 of the answers are similar to each other.
Must be better.
Yeah,
I've seen enough. He just ain't him.
Yeah,
he'll figure it out.
1
or draft another quarterback in 25.
I go 1. Is what I'd say.
All right, E.
Yeah, I saw this last night, and I think I went with must be better.
Must be
it's
better.
like the only answer, really.
44%. Well, I mean, we're in year 4, so
no, we're in year 1. 5-year, $275 million. There is no quarterback. There's no draft a quarterback. That's not happening.
No. We're in year 4, and you can say if you want, I've seen enough. He's not him. I mean, you can say that.
But that's not an option, though.
It is an option.
Oh,
I've seen enough.
In your mind,
he's not him.
In your mind,
if you decide that's an answer, that's a fair answer at this point.
Okay.
We got 50+ starts, man.
Okay.
He'll figure it out as another. Well, I believe he'll figure it out. So 66.6%. Ooh, that's maybe not good. We need a couple vote changes. Say he must be better or he'll figure it out. 21.3 say I've seen enough. We have, by the way, 1,800 votes at Dan Hicken. Draft another quarterback in 25, just 12%. Obviously, you won't do that.
No. It'll be last.
We're married to Trevor.
For sure.
And Trevor's got to be better. The reason we're married to him is because we gave him a contract that we shouldn't have given him too quick.
Well, you can say that. It certainly looks like that right now. I don't know if that's an answer written in stone.
I hope not.
We'll find out.
I hope not. But he's in that club. And by the way, there's others in that club who aren't playing great football
There's
either.
a ton of them. They're all around the league. They're good ones, but they
I'm
have
talking about,
something
though,
on their
like,
leg. Like Mahomes is not playing good football.
Yeah, there's
good. There's a bunch of them.
There's like 10 to 12 quarterbacks who are making that $40 million plus.
Yeah. Well, that's what they all make now. I think
not all. There's like 12 quarterbacks. I just said, not 32. There's like 12.
By the middle of his, but again, by the middle of Trevor's contract, he's going to be in the middle of the package of quarterback salaries.
You think in 2 years there'll be 20 guys making $40 million plus?
Probably.
All right.
Didn't you say there's how many? 12?
I'd have to look, but I think there's like 10 to 12.
Yeah, Purdy will, and then Stroud is going to get his within the next 2 years.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Dreamfinders Homes offering a unbeatable 2.99% interest rate right now. I said at 2.99%. They want to help you first-time home owners, builders. Just go to dreamfindershomes.com. They will help you navigate your home purchase. You can tell them Dreamfinders Danny sent you. They'll be more excited about that than anything. But they're official home builder of the Jacksonville Jaguars, and that's the poll question. You can vote at Dan Hicken. Also,
one NFL starter has no picks. Can you name who it is?
One has none.
Yeah, only one NFL starter has 0 interceptions.
Did Trev throw one or none?
Who?
Trev's thrown one, right?
Trev's thrown one. Yeah,
only one.
Yeah, it's not him.
He was going to throw it.
I'm not searching for bright spots.
He was going to throw another pick yesterday. He threw one into double coverage late in the game. But anyway.
Is it Kyler?
Huh?
Is it Kyler?
Nope.
One starter.
Quickly we forget.
How many touchdown passes?
7. He's good. He's one of the top 3 quarterbacks in the NFL.
I'm guessing Lamar.
Nope.
Josh Allen. Wow.
Still hadn't turned it over.
Wow. He's
Especially
Mr.
for him.
Turnover.
Yeah.
Right, Mr. Turnover. 7 touchdowns, no picks, 116 passer rating. But, boy, the Ravens contained him last night. I knew I should have taken Derrick Henry. They would have laughed me out of the joint, but I had the 5th pick in my fantasy draft. We talked about this. Didn't I tell you before the season, I feel like this guy's going to throw it 2,000 on him.
Well,
golly, man.
I agree. I agree. In fact, I think when he was on Tennessee a year ago, I think we even said, it'd be perfect for Derrick Henry,
sure.
the Ravens.
Yeah. Jags would have been pretty good. Would have helped.
Probably wouldn't go to the Jags.
Whatever.
I don't know. The running backs everybody was fine yesterday.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Everything was good.
I thought Brian Thomas Jr. had his best game.
Yeah.
The offensive line certainly had their best game.
There are other issues.
The tackles,
for sure.
the offensive tackles definitely had their best game.
For sure. The offensive line was at its best yesterday. He had more time to throw yesterday than he's had all year.
Allen and Walker continue to disappoint.
The pass rush overall is terrible. It's
Eric
terrible.
Armstead is non-existent.
It's terrible.
But I don't know how you could have Ventrell Miller on your team and not see that he's the best linebacker on the team.
Yeah, he played well.
You have no bias.
He had a bright spot.
He had 11 tackles, 8 solo, 1 TFL, and he thumps the ball.
Man, he was everywhere.
Yeah, no one does that.
Now, he has to stay healthy, but he thumps the ball carrier. Nobody else thumps him.
Yeah, he was moving
comes up and hits with intent.
He thumped it yesterday.
I'm not just saying that because
no.
By the way,
again,
he's the last Gator to come out of the program who's worth a damn.
Your eyes and your rhetoric are the same eyes and rhetoric that have been here already.
Okay,
yeah, for sure.
How
things are all
he made more plays in that game than I think 33's made.
Feels like
in his career, maybe.
Dang.
Yeah. Well. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong.
To be Preston,
Tell me I'm wrong.
The problem with Ventrell Miller, and I can tell you as sure as I can with Anthony Richardson, he will not be on the field in 3 weeks.
Well, that may be true.
He'll break a wrist or he'll something.
May be true. He does have to fight injury, but he plays when he's out there. He is.
The defense played much better in the second half, especially considering they don't. I'm going to say this. Unless it's Fran Tarkenton running 70 yards, I've never seen a quarterback have as long to just hang out back there and survey the field. They left the secondary with no chance. I mean, there were plays yesterday where Stroud sat back there for 6 seconds, floated around. Right. Our guys would make one rush, and then they would just stand there.
But he does a good job of buying that time and moving around and keeping his eyes down the field.
It's like you can't cover that. Like, I mean, I couldn't get mad at him finding a hole. The dude's back there rolling out forever.
And I'm not.
Just come up with something. Let's blitz and do something.
It's also interesting that they come out in zone, which I'm like, okay, great. A week too late.
No, hold on.
Yeah.
This is where it gets fun.
Yeah.
He's better against zone than man. Seriously.
Is he?
Yeah, I saw this. It's funny.
And
I almost wished that we hadn't had Friday's show. I saw this weekend watching one of the football shows.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, Stroud is better against zone than man.
Well, and then
So this will be back-to-back weeks that our chosen method of defense was the one that the opposing quarterback typically does better against.
And then I'll say this as well. The defense did play well, except when they had to, right? The last drive, you let them go 69 yards in 9 plays in 2.5 minutes and beat us.
That third and 18 to
third and 18
it was just that was awful.
And he was wide. It was obviously a bust. And I don't know, maybe that was Ventrell Miller. I don't know.
But then you got to come up, man. You got 2 guys. You could still get him short.
yeah.
They would have gone for it, but still.
Yeah.
That wasn't the game-winning drive, was it? That was the one before?
Well, and then us offensively, our last 2 drives, not counting the 18-second 2-play.
Yeah, the fourth quarter is just we've disappeared.
3 plays, 1 yard,
winning
6
time,
plays,
he's
19 yards. Come on, guys.
16's gone bye-bye in winning time. There's a lot here. He's got to get fixed.
All right, so we get the ball back with 3:51 to go. 1st and 10 at the Jacksonville 28. ETN, 1st and 10 for a yard. Lawrence incomplete, short right to Gabe Davis. Lawrence incomplete, short middle to Christian Kirk, punt. I mean, it just can't have it.
For sure.
Just can't have it. So, again, another disappointing loss. But more importantly than a disappointing loss is 4 of them to start the year.
Well, again, all you can do now is just go week
I'll
to
say
week.
one more thing,
I
too.
don't think it's. Here's what I would say for somebody who now wants to kill themselves after Dan time.
Yeah. Yeah, do you find some silver linings?
No, I don't find a silver lining. I can find this. You can give me the 0-4 stat all you want. I think as a mathematician that you have a better chance of surviving and making the playoffs at 0-4 than you do 4-8. You're 4 games under 500. One of them, you're 4 games under 500, 12 games into a 17-game season. Another, you're 4 games under 500, 4 into a 17.
Here's what I think.
Is that my prediction of a bounce-back playoff year? No.
All right, here's what I think. I think they might fool us and win a couple here.
Well, let's see.
Maybe be 3-4. And then we're going to play 4 good teams and we're going to lose them.
I think I don't know what to think is what I think. I'm shocked. I'm shocked we're off to the start. I'm shocked it hasn't gotten to a rhythm. I'm shocked that the end of last year just wasn't an apparition.
You know what I hate?
I believe, my mistake was completely believing in the quarterback play that we had here from the middle of 22 to the middle of 23, where our quarterback was a top 5. He was hitting those long plays. He was making game-winning drives. He was literally ranked in the top 5 of quarterbacks. And I'm not of the belief that in 1 year that is unsalvageable and unwinnable.
Yeah.
But we got to figure out why.
And you know what I hate?
And I'm also not of the belief of this is just me. And I don't like media on media, but I think it's a silly question to ask a coach about his job security after 4 games. When he's had back-to-back winning seasons, taking over the worst franchise in the National Football League.
Jeff, he has lost 9 out of 10.
That seems just a little. That's not how good.
You don't. Well,
that's
everybody.
not how good.
Wait a minute.
Organizations operate.
I understand. Everybody's talking about it, though.
Well, just because they're talking about it doesn't mean it's a legitimate question, Dan.
Well, I mean,
it's not a legitimate question.
Are we sticking our head in the sand about Bill Belichick?
No, it's at a time.
No
at
disrespect,
a time and
but
place.
who are you to decide what's quote legitimate and not legitimate? That's. I mean. You know, are you concerned about your job status? That's not a fair question when you're 0-4 and you're the most disappointing team in the NFL.
Do you think that he is worried about his job status? Do you think any part of him, honestly, do you think there's any part of Doug Peterson who yesterday in the postgame after losing the game is thinking or worried about his job status?
Well, when you say worried, because worried as in it doesn't matter because I got plenty of money, or worried that, geez, if I don't start winning, I'm going to be out of work here?
Neither.
I think if the
Neither
Jags,
of those. I don't
do you
think
if
it's
the
all I
Jags
got
go
lots of
4-13, Doug Peterson's back next year?
I think
Yes or no?
I think I'm the coach of an 0-4 team, and I'm trying to get better next week. I'm not thinking about being 4-13. I don't believe I'm going to be 4-13. I don't know. You're asking me? No, I don't.
Huh?
But that's not.
Yeah.
That's a 4-13 question, not an 0-4 September 30th.
Well,
because we know the answer.
What's that?
Then we know what he's. That of course he's not. He's worried about trying to score a touchdown. He's worried about his players making plays. He's worried about
his quarterback.
Yeah, sure, of all that.
That's what he needs to be worried
about.
Yeah,
of course, obvious. That's
Yeah. Anyway, we'll keep it rolling. A lot of Jags talk today. And we'll vent and we'll scream and we'll rant and we'll rave.
Yeah, no. They've knocked it out of me, dude. Just go 1 week to the next. It is what it is.
Oof.
And is there a possibility of getting better? I mean, I guess 1 week at a time. Prove to me you can beat the Colts.
Yeah.
Not positive.
Not with No, Joe Flacco coming to town.
I don't know. I just don't know. But let's attack some of the more. It's a big college football weekend. What a game Saturday night. Sometimes they live up to it.
Yeah.
That one lived up to it and then lived up to it another 10 times. You can have a hard time finding a better one this year if you stuck around and watched Georgia, Alabama. Rumor is the baseball season's not over after the final day. And more coming up with the 10-minute drill.
Okay.
Next, the Monday Morning Quarterback, divorcemenonly.com.
Get insight from the Jags head coach.
I believe that our goals are still in front of us.
Doug Peterson joins the Frangie Show Fridays at 4:05. Brought to you by Renewal by Anderson, Custom Windows and Doors. Proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars on 1010XL.
Hey everybody, Mike Dempsey here for Dandy Foods. Dandy subs and sandwiches. Look, we always want you to think about those great options as you're driving around Duval. But the beauty is, even as I'm dropping pounds, Dandy's got great options for me as well. Told you all about their protein packs, delicious salads that they have out there. They have fruit cups for on the go. You know what they have. Veggie snack trays. You can grab those on the go as well. Perfect, healthy snack. Dandy is the name to know when you're on the go. So stop into a Gate store anywhere around Duval and make yours a Dandy, and do it today.
Lower mortgage rates are finally here thanks to the Fed and our friends at Loan Pronto. Be your friends too. Just locked in a homeowner at 4.59% APR. That's the lowest in 2 years. Whether you got your loan last month or last year, it's time to call Loan Pronto. Get rid of that high rate loan and lock in at a lower rate fast. Virtually no paperwork, usually no appraisal, and no limit on how many times you can refi. So get started today and use this opportunity to get cash out and wipe out your credit cards or do a cash out refi, 50, 75, 100 grand or more out of your home. Use that and pay off all your high interest debt. End up with just one low monthly payment. If you act now, you can even skip your next 2 house payments. Purchase loans available as well. Call now. Get your rate quote in minutes with no hard credit pull and no upfront fees like those other guys. VA Streamline loans are also available with Loan Pronto. Call 904-999-1508 or go to loanpronto.com. That's 904-999-1508, loanpronto.com.
When you step into a courtroom, you're stepping into a fight. Someone wins, someone loses. I'm attorney Brett Hastings, and at Hastings Injury Law, we've got the experience you want in your corner if you or a loved one suffer a personal injury or a wrongful death. We're here to fight for you. So if you get hit, hit back with Hastings Injury Law, offices Jacksonville. Find us on the web at 904hitback.com or call our 24-hour helpline, 904-HITBACK.
The Drill from the studios at Republic Services. We'll handle it from here.
All right, gang, Hicken here for my friends at Beaches Dermatology. Man, I love Beaches Dermatology. They do such great work there. They've been taking care of me for a long, long time. Decades, in fact. Doctors Boudreaux and Metz. Dr. Fader does the Mohs surgery out there. These guys are top-of-the-line dudes, man. They want you to know you got to protect yourself from the sun, especially in the sunshine state, man. That means floppy hats and long-sleeve dry fits and sunscreen, whatever it takes to keep that demon sun off you at times, even in the fall, even in the winter around here. But if something pops up on your skin, right, that you think is a little odd, just go get it checked out at Beaches Dermatology. They'll take good care of you. They'll tell you real quick what the problem is, and they'll fix you. So easy to get a hold of them. They're great folks over there. Great people, friendly. Online at beachesdermatology.com.
Stevie Beatrice from Beatrice Plumbing here. A lot of plumbing companies say a lot of things. We focus on what customers say. Like who a few weeks ago, Donna, said the entire experience was the best fix-it experience she ever had. Or Chris, whose hot water went out on a Saturday and he thanked us for getting it fixed that night. Because that's the difference when you hire a real plumber. They show up to fix the problem. So next time you need a plumber, remember Beatrice Plumbing. Because real plumbers fix problems real fast.
Attention men and women. If you would like to get your hair back, then you need to listen to some of our clients. John in Orange Park.
IHRS showed me what was causing my hair loss and helped stop it.
Call IHRS now.
904-425-5095.
Find out how to grow your hair back with a free hair and scalp examination. Mike from Bay Meadows.
I finally found the most experienced company who could restore my hair. Now I have hair where I had none before.
Results guaranteed. Diane from Ponte Vedra.
Now I have what lotions couldn't give me. Thick, beautiful hair.
Find out why you're losing your hair and how to grow your hair back.
904-425-5095.
For a limited time, free hair and scalp examination.
Now my hair will grow for the rest of my life. Thanks, IHRS.
Thank you, IHRS.
Thanks, IHRS, for giving me my hair back.
Hurry, this free examination, normally $199, is yours for free and good only through Sunday. For your free examination, call IHRS.
904-425-5095. That's 904-425-5095.
Post-game Monday on 1010XL is brought to you by Dandy Foods, makers of quality fresh sandwiches and home of the good stuff.
Mia here. By the looks of it, there were some huge hits betting on MyBookie this weekend. If you didn't make the right plays, you have Monday Night Football tonight to get right. A doubleheader, as a matter of fact. The Titans travel to Miami to play the Dolphins. Basically a pick-em. So who do you think is going to win? You know, here at 1010XL, we don't bet on the Titans. We are taking the Dolphins all day, hoping their defense can cause major problems for a turnover-happy Will Levis. And if you think that hits, why not do a parlay and bet the over-under total 36.5? A $100 bet pays $260. MyBookie is running the double deposit bonus still as well. You need to get started now. Use promo code 1010XL to claim a bonus that doubles your money on your very first deposit. Double your money with promo code 1010XL before you even place a bet. Make sure you head on over to mybookie.ag and claim that double deposit bonus, then parlay your way to cash. Bet on anything, anytime, anywhere, and make your season a winning season with MyBookie.
Weekends were made for sports, and I'll tell you my take on this weekend's best options. Hicken here. Watch for Weekend with Dan on YouTube and Facebook. Weekend with Dan is brought to you by Stone Core. We do outdoors better.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Now, another great guest on the Garber Auto Mall phone line.
Hello.
We can wiggle it. It's Hall of Fame Monday with Tony Boselli. Brought to you by Heritage Roofing of North Florida. Hall of Fame quality roofing solutions.
He's number 71 in your program. He's number 1 in your hearts. He's Don Anthony Boselli Jr.
Like the rest of us, searching for answers, despondent.
I mean, Tony. Yesterday. I hate saying this, man. I love the kid.
Why do you hate saying it?
Because I want him to be great.
Well, we say that about everyone.
I jumped up and down when we got him. I tanked for him. I
just
threw a season for him.
Tony, I'll say it for you.
Terrible.
The quarterback's got to hit those plays. I mean, the quarterback's got to hit those plays. I mean, no matter where you're drafted, who you played for in the NFL, let me tell you what, 60 guys carrying clipboards can miss the play. You got to hit those plays.
Is that a question or a statement?
Well, I'm trying to clean up Dan's it's a glass case of emotion. Right?
I mean, if you guys just want to go for the next 40 minutes, I can sit here and listen.
Yeah, I hear you. Fair enough.
No, I'm joking with you. I'm joking.
Your thoughts?
Disappointing.
Yeah.
I mean, I think I was driving to the airport after the game yesterday, and it hit me. This is the longest 4 weeks to start a season that I can ever remember. Like, we've been really bad before.
Yeah.
And I'm talking post my career, obviously. Yeah, we've been bad before. And so, like, you just expect, like, if you win, it's like, oh, great, we won. We found a way to win one. This year there was expectations. Now, I don't think my expectations were high as some.
Right.
Like, I'm not sure we were a Super Bowl contender. But if you get in the playoffs, who knows what can happen. But I, for surely, we talked about it, thought it would come down to December, between probably us and the Texans, who's going to go to the playoffs out of the South. And that is, boy, we're nowhere near that expectation. And so because of that, and because of the big off seasons with signing of, some of our top players, and the start we've had, it's grueling. It's tough. It's miserable. And yesterday was an opportunity where, the Texans basically were trying to give it to you.
Yes.
Muff punt. I think they had 12 penalties, really bad penalties at key times to back them up and,
couldn't take advantage.
Force them to punt. And we had a chance. We had a chance to bury it. We had a chance to finish it. Again, we were first and goal from the 4 to make it a 2-possession game at the start of the fourth quarter and couldn't get it done. And that's what losing teams do. Losing teams find a way to lose.
For sure.
And right now, that's what we're doing.
Let me ask you a question, Tone. And look, from the players' perspective, I think, look, when you're on a bad team, like those Jaguars teams, we've had long stretches of winning 4 or 5 games a year. Those they can say all they want. They could start 0-4 and talk about this, that, or the other. But I think at the end of the day, even inside the locker room, you got your work cut out for you being a winning football team. This one probably legitimately thought they were pretty good when it started, and now they're 0-4. How are they going to respond, Tone? What are you using? What do you still believe in? What's the danger of realizing that your own goals are going to be gone soon?
Well, I mean, you are what you are. You're 0-4. Like, first thing first, let's look in the mirror. Own it. You're not a good football team. And I appreciate guys like Trevor. I mean, Trevor's come out and said it. We're not good. And at the end of the day, nothing's going to change. We can talk about coaching, we can talk about GMs, we can talk about ownership, we can talk about all of it. And we can be critical of play calling, and we can get into some of that if you guys want. But this is squarely on the shoulders of the 53 guys on that roster. And I'm not saying that nobody else has any accountability or any ownership. My point is the only guys, and I'm a firm believer of this, I believed it when I played, the only guys who can change it.
Well, by the way, you speak in fact, not opinion, Tony. This is the reality. They had 3 of these games won. Whatever you think of this play call or this, as far as those guys, 53, look in the mirror, boys. You had the game 1 in Miami. You had a game 1 in Jacksonville against Cleveland. And you had a game 1 yesterday. Or at least you were really, really close to winning. You didn't lose because of anything other than you didn't man up and win the game.
Well, and it comes back. So it's the 53 guys. And ultimately, you got to look at each other as what's the standard? Who are we? Who do we want to be known as? What do we want to put on film? What do we want the other 31 teams that are going to watch this? What do we want our reputation to be? And you just hope you have enough guys in the locker room that care enough, have enough pride, and saying enough's enough. And we have to turn this around. Because we have 13 more games. This is not one of these scenarios. You're we're 0-4. It's not. We're not playing pickup basketball and we're down. I'm gonna go home now. I don't really feel like playing anymore.
Right.
No, we're playing Sunday. We're gonna go to London. We're gonna play 2 there. Then we're gonna come back and play the Packers. It's coming at you, and so there's no opt out. At least you hope not. I hope what you don't want to have is a bunch of guys starting to opt out.
Too early for that, probably.
That's where it gets really ugly, and I don't think we have those guys. But it's on the guys. And I'm not giving a pass to Doug or anybody else in the organization about play calling strategy, acquisition of players, none of that. That's all. But we can talk about that ad nauseum. And we'll talk about it in the offseason, and we can talk about it. We talk about that all the time. Right now, it is up to guys like Trevor Lawrence. It is up to guys like Anton Harrison. It is up to guys like, Etienne Bigsby and Kirk and these guys on offense, and then Josh Allen and Cisco and guys, you got to go make plays. This is a game that usually comes down to 5 or 6 plays that determine who wins or loses. You don't know when they're going to come, and you got to go make those plays. And yesterday, it was sitting right there for us. We didn't make the plays. We just flat out, be honest with yourself. If you're a player, be honest with yourself. Did you make the plays when you had to? Did you play winning football? Right now, not enough guys are playing winning football, and that's why you're 0-4.
I thought, and again, I thought they did play winning football yesterday. I think just we missed throws that we got to make.
No, they didn't. They didn't play winning football, Dan. They're 0-4. You are what your record says.
Okay.
If you played winning football, you'd be 1-3 right now.
Do you think they called a bad game yesterday?
No.
Okay.
Do I question?
Which ones do you question?
This is where I get.
Yeah.
And I don't give I am player first.
Mm-hmm.
Players win games and lose games.
Yeah.
And it's a players league. And so, I will. So that means I'll give the players the credit first.
Yeah.
But that's also, if you take the credit first, guess what else you get?
The blame.
Shoulder with that.
Yeah.
The blame.
The criticism.
And that's just me. And so I'm not giving it a pass. I disagreed. I didn't like how we. I probably would have gone for it on 4th and less than a yard when we were in field goal range.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's Doug took the points, fine.
Is that the one? Is that the one where Trevor missed the 3rd and 1 on the little rollout to ETN?
Yeah, I wouldn't have called that.
Okay.
But that's me.
Is that a bad? Is that
I'm like,
does
run it up there and go get the half yard and go get first down. Let's keep going.
Okay, let me ask you a question. Shouldn't that play been executed right? Because it was there, right?
Yes.
I mean, it was an easy throw, wasn't it?
That's why you can't be too hard on the play call.
Right.
Now he had pressure in his face, but great players, good players, make that throw with pressure in their face.
Yeah.
And that's a first down.
Okay.
Now, so that's my point. I can quibble about play calls. I'm not saying it was the wrong call. I just like shoving it up in there.
No, I get it.
And trying to run it. But I probably would have gone for it.
The only one, the one that stood out was the quarterback draw and him going for it there. I wouldn't have gone for it there, but again, you switch quarters.
That one didn't bother me as much, and those typically just attack me.
See, that one, I'm like, take the points.
Well,
I thought he was doing. Go ahead.
Logs and I talked about that, and I was, to be honest, in the moment and afterwards, I bounced back and forth 50 times what I would have done there.
All right.
It's a tough one because if you get points, you extend the lead.
Right.
But it's still a touchdown still beats you.
Right.
So I get why he went. My guess is the analytics say go there for sure. A lot of people have been critical of the play calling down there.
Yeah.
After Bigsby's big run. I would have gotten big people because I don't think the Texans are very good on the interior of the defensive line. I mean, we ran for 158 yesterday.
I know we ran. We averaged 7 yards a carry, bro.
So I would have just lined up with big people and just 4 times and saying, if you can stop me 4 times, God bless you.
Right.
That's not who they are, so I get that.
Mm-hmm.
And as I went back and watched the tape, I mean, honestly, it's hard to you can quibble. I don't like them being spread out. I don't like this. Or that's who Doug and Press are.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Right.
People win games like that all the time. And I watched the tape. Everyone said, well, they should have taken Bigsby out because he was tired. Maybe. First down, he had a great run. Got it to the 1.
Mm-hmm.
Second down, it's there. Our right guard is in a 2-point stance. Everyone else is a 3-point. Maybe it's because he has to signal the silent count or whatever. But he just gets blown up.
Right.
That's not a bad play call.
Right.
Because if you block it properly against guys that you should be better than, because I don't think they're great on their interior defensive line, Bigsby scores there.
Mm-hmm.
And so, at some point you can disagree and you can quibble.
Right.
About I'm exhausted about hearing about Press Taylor calling plays.
Yeah.
Let me just tell you guys, he's been calling plays since Doug got here.
Yeah.
So just stop.
Yeah.
But did anyone complain when he got 2 guys wide ass open that Trevor missed?
Right.
And so I think Doug and everyone over there can do a better job. I'm not giving Doug a pass. I did not like Doug's press conference at the end. I didn't think that was great.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't think how he handled that was
you
good.
mean like throwing under the bus of the players that side?
I did not like that at all. To me, that is done behind in the meeting room. You, as a coach, trust me, and I've been there.
I thought that
with
too.
The guy we're putting into the ring, pride of the Jaguars, ripped our, what, but he didn't do it publicly. Now privately, it was miserable.
All right.
And you it was sure you knew whose fault it was in that meeting. So I didn't like that, and we could go back and forth about that. Is that the right style, right leadership, all that? I have my opinions, whatever. But at the end of the day, let's focus on what wins and loses games.
Okay.
And that's execution.
Right.
That's making plays. That's your best players. This is a business. You pay your best players a lot of money.
Yep.
A lot of money.
Yep.
And you're paying them a lot of money because you expect them to make the plays that are there.
Right. And they're not doing it.
I'm not saying anything Trevor doesn't know. Trevor is I love Trevor Lawrence, and I still believe in Trevor Lawrence. I think Trevor Lawrence can be a franchise quarterback. I do believe that Trevor Lawrence will win this franchise a Super Bowl.
Okay.
I believe that. I am confident in that.
Okay.
However, he is not playing good enough right now, and he'd be the first one to tell you. He knows he's got to hit those 2 deep balls. Those are 2 touchdowns. You hit those 2 plays, it's a different game.
Yeah, they win. That's how it's different. They win. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so that's where you have to execute better. It's not everyone wants this magic bullet,
right?
And I got to get off X, I think, because it is just toxic.
Yeah,
and everyone wants everyone.
No, it
fired.
is. It's
let's fire this guy. Let's fire that guy. Get rid of this. Clean the house. And I'm not saying it to me. That's what you evaluate at the end of the year. We're 4 games in.
Yeah, we got who we got. That's fair. These are our guys.
This is the team we have.
Yeah.
These are the guys we're playing Indy this week with.
Right.
And at the end of the day, and I'm not like I'm tired of hearing about team meetings and player-only meetings and all that. I used to go to those things and look around and go, guys, let's just shut up and go play.
Yeah.
Like honestly.
Yeah.
Like the rah-rah, like, okay, if you need someone else to tell you need to be accountable, you might need to go get a new job.
That's fair. Tony, when is Trevor going to start playing better, though?
They got to go play better.
What evidence do we have now with Trevor to start playing better? I mean, what is wrong with him? Like, what is going on there?
I don't know. The psyche can be fragile at times.
Yeah.
And you wonder if he's lost some confidence.
Well, it looks like, those aren't hard throws, right? I mean, you and I know that.
It wasn't just like it was those 2 throws. There was a couple others.
I had a problem with the 3rd and 1, missing ETN. I mean,
he missed that. Brenton Strange and Kirk made like acrobatic catches for short gains.
He's playing Gardner Minshew level football. Yeah, I mean, that's the easiest way to say it.
He's off right now.
Yeah, you can't win Super Bowl playing Gardner Minshew level football. He's playing just like Minshew would have played, running around for.
But he's been off for 4 weeks. I mean,
100%.
It's not like,
hear me
again.
Jeff,
no, there's no
I just want to make
disagreement.
sure I'm clear here.
Yeah.
I want to make sure I'm clear on the show.
Yeah.
I'm not saying he's playing. I think we're going to win a Super Bowl.
You listen to me. You and I are in the exact same boat, so you don't have to. Yeah,
okay,
I feel like you do.
But I believe in Trevor.
Doesn't look like that right now. That's for sure.
Yes,
yeah,
that's
where I am too.
Yeah,
could be wrong.
And so, I think, right now, I mean, the hard part is like everyone is frustrated. Everyone, it's miserable.
Right.
The plane ride home, the bus rides. It's like you're sitting there going, "Here we go again."
Yeah.
And what I don't, it doesn't matter if I say that. My fear is guys on the sideline start saying that. And that's a bad place. You don't want to get to that place where you, at the first sign of, it kind of avalanches on you.
That's where I thought Peterson was stepped way out of bounds yesterday.
I didn't like the press conference.
It was real easy what he was saying. Hey, man, the play calls were fine. If our quarterback hits these 2 plays, we win. That's basically what he said. He can roll his eyes and hide behind size and questions all he wants, but that's what he said in the press conference yesterday. At least that's what I heard.
His best moment, but you know what? It was not his best moment. But I've had bad moments after games. Dan and you guys have been there in front of my locker.
That's fair.
I've had tough moments.
Yeah.
And you say stuff. And
what are you going to say? Yeah.
Because you care and you want to win and you don't have an answer. Like more than anything, that was me. And I didn't like how he handled it, but watching Doug is like, that's a guy who.
That's a me statement. I just don't want a me statement from a coach, man. I expect it from players, and I get it. Yeah, you're too old and around for that.
Moments.
Yeah, I hear.
Jeff,
he was frustrated. That whole press conference, he was frustrated. That's worth a watch.
He was frustrated.
He missed a lot of I just want to be anywhere but here.
He was not happy.
Yeah, for sure.
And so this is where you need this is where Doug needs to go earn his money.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Now, this is where coaching matters.
Yeah.
And leadership matters because he has to find something, somewhere to go stand in front of those guys and get them right. And I don't know what it is, but that's what you pay the head coach for, and he's got to go figure that out. And what you don't. It'll be interesting. What you don't want to see is where you get this point in the finger as players and coaches.
Well, that starts. That's already happening. I mean,
I know, but that's the problem. That's why I didn't like the play. I didn't mind him being.
It happened yesterday. That's what he did. Huh.
I get it. And I didn't mind him being super frustrated because I've been there.
Right.
Not as a coach, but what I didn't like, because I worry about you don't want this to boil over this week where, because this story is, the story at the press conference today or tomorrow when he speaks, my guess is somebody in the media, which that's your guys' job, and you should ask the question.
Mm-hmm.
We'll start asking questions about that. Tell us more about the play calling,
right,
or whatever. And you don't want that to get legs.
That's where you win. You got to win. You make it easy for yourself. All right, your coach, you win. You get some nice questions for a while. Yeah, it cures a lot.
Here we go.
Yeah.
We're 0-4. One team, I think, in the history of the league, the 1992 San Diego Chargers, went 0-4 under Bobby Ross, and then ended up, going to the playoffs somehow.
Yeah. Doug Peterson had a
so,
team that was 4-8, 4 games under 500 with just 5 to go, and they made the playoffs. So certainly 4 games under 500 isn't a deal breaker.
It's not a deal breaker, but here's the flip side of that. You play like this, you might go. You're not going to win.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you got to play better.
It starts Sunday, and I'm hoping like Sunday's a big day for the organization. We have our throwbacks. We're honoring the greatest head coach in the history of this franchise. Put him in the pride of the Jaguars. And I know our fans are frustrated, and everyone listens. Like the last place I want to be right this second is watching that team play.
Right.
But we're kind of all in this together.
Yeah, we are.
And so I hope we fill the bank. I hope we're there to, cheer our Jags on. I hope we're there to honor Tom Coughlin, and I hope we get a win, because the only cure for the disease we have right now
is winning. Yeah,
is a win.
Because we are infected. That's for sure. We need a vaccine.
Well said, my friend.
Thank you, Tone.
Appreciate you.
Okay, guys.
Talk to you next week. There goes. That's Tony Boselli, pride of the Jaguars, and breakfast with us each and every Monday. It's the Monday Morning Quarterback, divorcemenonly.com. We got ahead of ourselves. We'll hit a couple of the other sports headlines. Lots of Jag talk today. 0-4. Next.
0-4.
Everything you need to know about your hometown team.
Jaguars Today.
Go inside the Jags and the NFL every day from 10 to noon with Mike, Tony, and Jags Insiders.
From the Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors Studios at 1010XL.
Here's Linda Beaver.
Hey everyone, it's football season and we wanted to go to the drawing board to make this year's predictions. Let's compare our 2 blonde all-stars. Most touchdowns, best pricing in the market. Most passing yards, gives the most for your trade. Most receptions, free oil changes with every purchase. Super Bowl champion. Wow, customer service. This looks like a winning season for everyone. Come see Beaver Toyota in St. Augustine or Beaver Chevrolet in Jacksonville, where you can score big all season long.
Hicken here for Bow 9 Associates, where you'll find Jacksonville's most esteemed eye doctors. Each of their locations are being selected for one of the most competitive ophthalmology fellowships in the world. Dr. Frank Bowden, frequently called upon for his expert opinion. He's one of the few cornea and external disease specialists in the area and the founder of Bow 9. Visit Bow 9 Associates today and experience the difference. They're keeping the First Coast focused. That's Bow 9 and Associates.
Our slogan, Know Before You Blow, applies to more than just DUI cases. Hi, I'm attorney Lee Lockett of Lockett Law. Battery charges can result in jail time and criminal convictions too, so know before you blow a gasket and hit a loved one or a stranger. Drug crimes like possession of marijuana and cocaine will land you in cuffs too, so know before you blow. In a boating under the influence case, you also have the option to blow or not to blow. So know your options. Know before you blow. Go to knowbeforeyoublow.com now. Offices Jacksonville.
Hacker here, and the celebration is getting closer than I expected. On my countdown to 100 pounds. I thought it would take me a lot longer, but I'm already at 98 pounds gone. 4.5 pounds down last week alone. Next week should be epic as I do what I never thought could be done just 6 months ago. Me losing 100 pounds. What's your Awaken 180 goal? Is it hitting a number? Is it losing weight without a life of medications? Or is it just feeling better? Whatever your goal is, bring it to Awaken 180 and ask them how fast you will reach it. But Hacker, I've tried other programs and diets before. Why will Awaken 180 work? It's simple, because if I can do it, anyone can do it. Remember, when I hit that 100-pound mark, we're going to celebrate. I'll keep you updated again next week, but I have a hunch I'll be crossing that 100-pound threshold. In the meantime, pick up the phone and make your own 180. Call 844-346-1800 or online at awaken180weightloss.com.
The Drill on 1010XL. From the studios of Republic Services, we'll handle it from here.
The experts at AMCO have been fixing cars for almost 60 years. Over that time, they've gotten more complex than ever. That's why our techs undergo rigorous training and certifications, so they can fix anything, including the most complicated repairs that come with some of the latest technologies. After 60 years, there's nothing we haven't seen or fixed. It's how we know cars inside and out.
Money tight? We can finance almost anybody. Find the Amco transmissions nearest you at amcojacksonville.com.
What defines a hero? Dedication, loyalty, courage. Every day at AMCO, we serve heroes. For over 60 years, we've repaired and maintained the most critical public service vehicles. From complex transmissions to simple brake jobs with flexible financing and the extra safety precautions we need. The heroes we serve don't all wear uniforms. They're people like you. At AMCO, we're proud to serve all of you. AA MCO.
Family owned and operated in Jacksonville, Orange Park, St. Augustine, and St. Mary's, Georgia.
Homeowners, listen up. The Fed has taken action, lowering rates for the first time in years, and Loan Pronto has followed suit by lowering mortgage rates big time. Prosser here. Loan Pronto just locked in a homeowner at 4.59% APR, the lowest in 2 years. Whether you got your loan last month or last year, it's time to call Loan Pronto and dump that high-rate loan. You can lock in a lower rate fast with virtually no paperwork and usually no appraisal. There's no limit on how many times you can refi, so get started. Even if you're in process with another lender, give Loan Pronto a call. If you act now, you can even skip your next 2 house payments. Purchase loans available as well, so call now. Get your rate quote in minutes with no hard credit pull and no upfront fees like those other guys. Call 904-999-1508 or go to loanpronto.com. That's 904-999-1508 or loanpronto.com. Equal housing lender, NMLS 1661781 on approved credit, MLS consumeraccess.org.
Dr. Kevin Murphy with Southeast Orthopedic Specialist, congratulating our Scholar Athlete of the Week, Van Thong, senior football, soccer, and track and field athlete at Ed White High. As Mr. Senior Ed White High, Van participated in ROTC and the Student Government Association.
This is Dr. Steve Crenshaw, Assistant Team Physician for your Jacksonville Jaguars. Here's the latest update on the Jaguars, brought to you by Baptist Health and JOI.
The Jaguars lost a heartbreaker on Sunday to the Texans. The team offense has got to get better, says head coach Doug Peterson.
Missed some key plays in the game that probably could have turned the game differently, and we missed them, and we got to take a look at those and see where we can get better.
Quarterback Trevor Lawrence once again held himself accountable for the team coming up short on offense.
It's a team game, but like at the end of the day, I feel like I left a lot out there tonight and pretty frustrated with that.
Many of the Jaguar players are frustrated, including running back Travis Etienne, who's through talking the good game.
And everyone's frustrated, but man, it's like talking about it won't help us do anything. We just got to keep working. I feel like we just got to finish.
That's your Jacksonville Orthopedic Institute Jaguar update. I'm Sam Nelson.
10XL is presented by Farrah & Farrah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Now, the 10-minute drill.
This is a big one.
Brought to you by
Advanced Business Solutions.
Your local authorized Xerox deal on 1010XL.
Let's go, let's go, let's go. Hit it.
Appreciate Tony Boselli and Breakfast with Boselli. We've got the Monday morning running back with Fred Taylor coming your way at 8:30, and we'll talk more about yesterday's disappointment at Houston. Try to get this thing back on track. Meanwhile, kind of the rest
sports
of the sports
concepts and rationalizations. Edie, got a prize pack of Razzle Dazzle for us today?
I do got a little bit of Razzle Dazzle. I got a $30 gift card to Showtime Sports Cards and Collectibles.
I like that.
Showtime is the best place in town for sports memorabilia. Stop by to Showtime. They're open 7 days a week on Phillips Highway at the intersection of Phillips and Shad Road.
Well, listen, that Georgia-Alabama game was terrific and a fun game to watch. I noticed this, and I could.
You had a 4-1 5-pack, by the way. Congratulations.
Well, thank you.
After a donut, that was good.
What?
I said after your donut the week before, that was good.
Yeah, I did have a 4-1. What'd you go?
2-3.
Okay.
I hit the first two, including the Colorado UCF over. That was a bit surprising. Colorado and Dion. It's time now to say, yeah, they're better than they looked against Nebraska.
Yeah.
And Illinois, it's weird. That Big Ten's kind of funky right now. I know Colorado's not in the Big Ten, but I'm thinking about Nebraska and Illinois and how they played and what's going on with some of these games.
Yes. But anyway, the Alabama, Georgia game, back to that, a couple things. It's interesting. One of the Georgia guys, and this is just being a fan. We were like this when we had Spurrier and Urban. But one of the Georgia media guys, Dog Nation Daily guy, says there's a lot of season left and a lot of opportunity for improvement, but any conversation about Georgia gets better from here has to include some honest talk about what's happening at quarterback. Okay? And Okay.
I will say this.
And then but the responses, before we get to that, the responses are from a fan base that is become so spoiled. And my point would be, are you kidding me? You guys haven't lost a game since 2020. If I'm Georgia, I'm like, man, we lost, but you couldn't have played any worse for 2.5 quarters. We turned it over 4 times. We came back on the road. We got these guys. We'll play them again. You know you're going to play them at least once more, maybe twice.
I'm guilty of leaving that game. We had everyone over this weekend, and so that game got out of control, and we put it on something else.
Mm-hmm.
And then looked, and one of my sons says, George just took the lead. I'm like, what have we done? It's like 2 hours later, okay?
Missed it. Yeah.
And so we switch it back just in time. So I missed some of the ups and downs.
Well,
of
there was
Carson
a lot
Beck.
going on for us.
Carson Beck hit right. I'm watching. So Carson Beck hits hit a couple big plays to get him back in. And so really all I saw, I turned it on. The first play I saw since watching early, I literally 28-0 is when I left.
Carson Beck had a terrible first half. He had 4 turnovers.
And then he hit 2 big ones. But I'm going to tell you,
he ended up throwing for 400 some odd yards.
I got you. But I mean, and again, I get the difference between making 275. But if we're going to parse out like evaluation, 2 huge, terrible underthrows there on that winning drive.
Oh, 100%.
The first one would have been a touchdown, and the second one would have led to the pick. He had a touchdown twice in a row.
Yeah.
So that's the Carson Beck. So I would now look. I'm with you. I saw the 460-something yards passing and all the other production.
Yeah.
But those throws. And shame on me. I'm not thinking about Georgia football, SEC championship. I'm thinking about a potential number 1 pick in the draft.
Yeah.
You watch some of these guys, and that's what you think about.
Yeah. But anyway, so if I'm Georgia, I'm fine. I'm like, look, now the only troubling thing is that Alabama's won 9 of 10 against Georgia, so they seem to have their number a little bit.
They do have their number.
And so that would – and Jalen Milroe played
he balled.
Great football.
He was a dog.
Great football.
Yeah.
So and
ran for over 100, threw
and
for 350.
And the 17-year-old kid is unbelievable.
He walks on air.
He
literally.
He was – I mean, he's
like
every
a water
bit,
bug. I think that dude could run across a lake if he got a running start.
That Ohio State receiver from Florida.
Yeah.
And this kid
was that Smith, is it?
Yeah.
Jeremiah Smith?
Are terrific football players. There is a lot of good. So anyway, but that was certainly the game of the night.
Yeah, and really that was the game of the night. But really, I'd like to
Georgia fan needs a little bit of a perspective check. And that's okay. I mean, look, it happens. It happened to us. It happens to FSU. But the things that they say when this guy makes this response about how, well, Kirby sucks. I'm like,
guess,
yeah, you're
man,
right. Fire Kirby. Yeah, you're right. Get rid of this. Get rid of that. I mean,
I think
that was a great coaching job to get him to come back.
But I would also say this. I mean, you do have to take it through you got to take that through a filter. Well,
of course
that's
you do.
the ultimate of the polarization.
Of course you do.
I know quite a few Georgia fans that go to church with one and talk to them. Most people keep it in its proper perspective. They had a heck of a game that they lost at the end, and that it came back from. Would have been the biggest comeback in Georgia history.
Oh, yeah.
So
there's no more hostile place. I mean, that place was rocking,
from the get-go. They were ready. They were lathered up, and they fell behind 28-0 in that and came back.
Yeah.
Seriously?
Yeah.
But I wonder I'd like a temp check on Ole Miss fan with Lane Kiffin, okay? Because it's all fun and fanciful here. But if you're Ole Miss fan and you rarely find yourself in this kind of situation, and your coach is flippantly blue heart liking tweets about other schools. And I don't know when these pictures are from, where he's hanging out with the co-ed in the bar or on the boat. I don't know if these are off-season storylines or if this is just a midweek happy hour for my head coach. But I wonder what they're saying now that he's lost to Kentucky. And, I mean, maybe just a little bit of attention on the job you have? Or is that
well, that was a good
overstating it a little bit?
I mean, was a nice win for Stoops.
That stuff's not cute, I guess I'm saying. It's not cute, the social media this and the coy that when you lose at home to Kentucky.
Yeah, that was a bad loss.
Good loss for Florida.
Huh?
That's a good loss for Florida.
Why is that?
This makes Lane Kiffin more.
Oh. Well, it makes Florida fan rethink a little bit, too.
Come on. Lane Kiffin could probably tie half his brain behind his back.
But you're looking to hit. When you're Florida and you're hiring a coach, you're looking to hit a grand slam home run.
Yeah.
And that's what you want. And you got to ask yourself, is that a grand slam home run?
Look, I can go with what you've seen.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if it's grand slam. I know it's a lot better than anybody we've had for a while.
Yeah,
record-wise.
If that's your standard. If you just
well,
want to get back.
I don't trust anybody down there a lick to go find this guy.
That's
no.
also true.
Give me something proven. Can't trust that dunderhead.
Yep. Anyway.
Got baseball today.
We do.
What would your prediction be? I will say this. We at least turned an old baseball cliche on its ear. It's been a lie all this time. It's always been said since I was a little kid. There are only 3 outcomes in a doubleheader, and 2 of them are bad.
Yeah.
Not today. Today, there are 3 outcomes in a doubleheader, and 2 of them are good. So, literally have a 66.7% chance of being a playoff team. It's too bad that we're not the Skippers, or we'd both be in the playoffs tomorrow.
Oh,
right?
Handshake deal.
Oh, gosh,
lay
it'd be
down.
done. You take game 1, we'll take game 2.
We'll play real hard game 1, whoever wins. And
then the other
fine.
guy wins. Yeah, lay down. Yeah, we're going to pitch a position player.
We're going to drink
Yeah.
after we win.
Sure.
If we lose, we're going to come back and play as hard as we can.
Yeah, you're literally going to go in and do the champagne we're in and all that.
Yeah, we
come
don't
out
care.
drenched and
I'm
drunk.
not playing anybody.
I would literally cut that deal.
Yeah.
Why
wouldn't you?
There is no part of me, and I know it's a little bit more of your fan DNA, and that's fine. I don't care. But I don't have any of, extra want to about who it is and who gets affected by them losing. I just want to get a win and get in. Go to San Diego and take my chances.
It's one of the only times in my life I needed a Braves
I
win
love
yesterday
this. I love
because if
that.
the Braves win, then they pitch neither guy.
Yeah, I love that.
And I got a good chance to get one win.
Yeah.
That's whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, you can tell, the Brewers laid down yesterday.
Yeah.
The Padres laid down yesterday. The Royals were trying to lay down a couple days.
Although they put them all back in yesterday.
Witt back
Bobby
in.
Witt playing.
Okay.
Yeah, that kind of annoyed me. But they threw in pitchers with 6 ERA. You got to hit them. Jump out 5-0, win the game, and you're in.
We did. Yeah, that's what we did. And
Chris Sale could literally be on a plane to San Diego right now.
Right.
And get there a day ahead of time.
Right.
The Braves win game 1, then the Sale decision looks like a smart one. If they don't, then it was still a smart one, Dan. Now that you really think about it, if you really want to try and win a World Series.
Yeah.
If they'd have pitched Sale look, where are they going to go out to the wild card and throw Charlie Morton and who?
Yeah. For me, as Mets fans, we just want to get in. I'm not real. Listen, Milwaukee's owned us. They play a game that they seem to match up well with us. It's been tough to. They went 5-1 against us. They won the first 3 to start the season, and 2 of 3 when we needed it to end the season. So,
well, I can hope that Padres going to Padre. That's what they do. So I've got that. If Atlanta does,
you have no chance of being.
We can't be the
Milwaukee.
All we can be is the 5.
Right.
If we get in, we're the 5.
It's either us or Arizona to Milwaukee.
To Milwaukee. That's correct.
But we could go to.
You could win the 5 seed.
If we swept, we would go to San Diego.
That's right.
Yeah.
It's and by the way, if you're trying to keep up, here's the way it works. It's the Braves and Mets play a doubleheader today. First game's at 1:10. The second game will be right after.
It's just a tough ask. I mean, we had.
They both deserve. To be honest with you, and I'm not about. If it was all about deserving, it'd be Atlanta deserves to sweep. But let's move on. They both deserve to get in because of what's happened to them. Odds are, if they'd have played those 2 games in Atlanta the other day, they would have split.
Right.
Sale would have beat you.
Right.
And then you would have got a win and got out of there. We would have been tied, and we would. And right now, this would
be over.
Yeah, it'd be over. We'd be in. So
we'd be staying in Milwaukee.
Correct.
Annoying. It is. It's frustrating. I suggested that we both release a statement. A joint statement yesterday, and we're not going to Atlanta. We forfeited 1. They forfeited 1. We both take our wins. We're going to be in Milwaukee. They're going to San Diego. Sorry, Snakes, but screw you, MLB, for making us do this. So, anyway, it is what it is at this point. We'll see what happens. It's been a fun year. It's just amazing to me.
If either team
somehow, some way, with the New York Mets, it comes down to Atlanta every freaking year.
I will say this, too. For those that aren't and haven't followed, and I don't blame you, basically, the season boils down. The Braves and Mets got this makeup doubleheader. Each team needs to win one. It needs to win a game to guarantee. So that means if they split, they're both in. If either one sweeps, the other is out and Arizona's in. That's how it works.
I can go back to 1999.
I have a feeling we're losing game 1,
NLCS.
dude. I'm just telling you. I have a feeling that's just how it's gone for us this year. It's gone right. So I have a feeling we're losing game 1. That we're going to have to throw Sale game 2.
Well, you'll win game 2.
Well, hopefully. You know what? I'll take that and have I'll take no pitching to San Diego. I don't care at this stage. I just want to play.
Knowing our history, the only thing that would happen, if the Mets swept the Braves today, even though we laid down, that would qualify honestly as one of the top 5 days in New York Mets franchise history. Honest to God, it would.
Without even a division title, just because you're ending it for the other guy.
Well, because you're getting in, you've had a great year, and you just eliminated a team that has been your hammer.
For sure.
Hammer.
I understand. I don't want to.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
All right. But a lot going on. We'll turn back to the Jags. A lot of discussion. I got an interesting article I want to read and get some of your guys' opinions on. It's not flattering, and it came out before the game yesterday, so we'll even discuss that and more right here on The Drill. 641-1010. Tell them what they're going to win as we head to 8 o'clock.
$30 gift card to Showtime Sports Cards and Collectibles. Showtime is the best place in town for your sports memorabilia. And if you want that gift card, all you got to do is holler at me and write it down, 904-641-1010.
1010XL Weekly is your one-stop shop for all things Jags, college ball, preps, and more. Subscribe to our newsletter today, and you'll be entered to win free tickets to the Packers game this October. Subscribe, just head on over to 1010XL.com and scroll down to the 1010XL Weekly flash page.
Now you can watch 1010XL shows all day on X, Facebook, and YouTube. Brought to you by MyBookie. Experience Vegas from the comfort of your phone anytime, anywhere. Sign up today. Use promo code 1010XL.
Hi, this is Dale Murray with Murray Automotive Group in Stark and Kingsland. Save yourself from those big city dealers and their fast-talking flim-flam tactics. No matter what your automotive need is, we've got you covered. Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and nobody beats our prices, and I mean nobody. Shazam! Plus our exclusive 15-year, 150,000-mile warranty included on every qualified vehicle. And we'll trade anything from AirPods to fishing rods. Compare our prices online at ShazamAuto.com. Then come see me, Dale Murray. I'll be waiting for you. Shazam!
Yo, it's your boy E to the T here, and by the looks of things, there were some huge hits betting on my bookie this weekend. And if you didn't make the right plays, you have Monday Night Football tonight to get right. The Titans travel to Miami to play the Dolphins. This is basically a pick'em game. So who do you think's gonna win? You know, here at 1010XL, we'll rock with them Titans. We taking the Dolphins all day long, hoping their defense can cause some major problems for the turnover-happy Will Levis. And if you think that hits, why not do a parlay and bet the over-under total? 36.5, a $100 bet pays $260. And my bookie is still running the double deposit bonus. You need to get started now. Use my promo code 1010XL to claim that bonus. That's promo code 1010XL to double your money on your very first deposit up to $1,000. Then parlay into some straight cash, homie. Bet anything, anytime, anywhere, and make this season your winning season at my bookie. Come on, somebody.
Googan Nation, it's Dreamfinders Danny Hicken here to tell you this is no dream. The folks at Dreamfinders Homes right now have an unbeatable interest rate for you. You may not think you can afford a Dreamfinders home. Well, think again. Take advantage of a 2.99% year one rate. I said it, 2.99%. 15 Jacksonville communities to choose from. Find that dream house and take advantage of an unbeatable rate. Move now, literally. Dreamfinders Homes, the official home builder of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
The Drill on 1010XL. From the studios of Republic Services, we'll handle it from here.
If you want someone who will pump out the problems, vote for the Duck.
Call DuckDuckRooter, your 5-star Google-rated septic company. DuckDuckRooter.com.
When you're stuck, call the Duck. DuckDuckRooter.com.
Home of the Jacksonville Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Rotator cuff injuries are common among athletes and those who have physically demanding careers. Don't let this injury keep you away from the sport you love. Dr. George Barry here, and the first thing you need to do with a serious shoulder injury is to diagnose where the damage is and how significant it is. Rotator cuff tears are either acute tears sustained during an injury or accident, or degenerative tears. If you're interested in learning more about rotator cuff repair and how our expert team of orthopedic surgeons can help you, call Barry Orthopedics today or visit barryorthopedics.com.
He'll help you find the fish.
Bite's gonna pick up pretty soon.
Captain Kevin and the Wing Power Fishing Forecast Show.
Yeah!
Brought to you by Awaken 180 Weight Loss and Veterans Wholesale Cabinets.
Thursday nights at 6
on 1010XL AM.
Attention men and women. If you would like to get your hair back, then you need to listen to some of our clients. John in Orange Park.
IHRS showed me what was causing my hair loss and helped stop it.
Call IHRS now.
904-425-5095.
Find out how to grow your hair back with a free hair and scalp examination. Mike from Bay Meadows.
I finally found the most experienced company who could restore my hair. Now I have hair where I had none before.
Results guaranteed. Diane from Ponte Vedra.
Now I have what lotions can
Find out why you're losing your hair and how to grow your hair back.
904-425-5095.
For a limited time, free hair and scalp examination.
Now my hair will grow for the rest of my life. Thanks, IHRS. Thank you, IHRS. Thanks, IHRS, for giving me my hair back.
Hurry, this free examination, normally $199, is yours for free and good only through Sunday. For your free examination, call IHRS.
904-425-5095. That's 904-425-5095.
If you're getting married or want to upgrade your bands, now is the time at Beard's Diamonds.
Because it's Beard's Diamonds' incredible buy one, get one on wedding band sale.
At the St. John's Town Center or at beardsdiamonds.com.
Here's your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update, sponsored by Prize Picks. FSU head coach Mike Norvell pulled quarterback DJ Uyunglele as a result of a hand injury. However, the coach was thinking in that direction anyway.
I was going to make a change. It would give Brock an opportunity. It's really easy to point to the quarterback. We all got to get better.
During the game against Alabama, Georgia head coach Kirby Smart message to his defense was direct.
Get stops. We got to get stops play by play. We got to do a better job. We got to settle down. We got to communicate well.
As Florida prepares for the upcoming basketball season, there's much expected from grad transfer guard Elijah Martin. He left FAU for Florida. Martin brings a physical football mindset to the basketball court. He was a former All-State dual threat quarterback. At your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update, I'm Sam Nelson.
Currently, it's 8:08 and it's 74 degrees. Your time and your temp is brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cooler with Bueller.
1010XL is presented by Farrah & Farrah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
All right, we're hurtling towards Freddie Taylor. We'll get him here in a little bit. I want to go into this article that I read and get your guys' opinions on this. This came out yesterday morning, pregame, so understand we're 0-3. It's week 4 of the NFL season. It's early, but it's getting real late in Jacksonville, okay? 0-3 Jags were allegedly the best team assembled in franchise history. Well, we know that's not true, but nonetheless, his football guys told Shad Khan that. He went out there. He put it out there. Jags coming off that ugly loss to Buffalo before the game yesterday. And this is one of the writers. This is a national writer. Says people around the league are bracing for changes in Jacksonville if the Jags can't begin to right the ship soon. Several sources who spoke to CBS Sports this week issued words of caution regarding what moves exactly the team could make at this point. And that was kind of what Tony was saying. Look, we are who we are. It's this year. What's the point? And
this is your team. You got to win with it. You got to figure it out.
Much of the discussion around the Jags is centered on Peterson and Press Taylor. The relationship between those two is strong for years. Sources point to a strained relationship between Peterson and Trent Baalke. Well, I think we all know that, as well as misalignment from owner to GM and head coach and other causes of dysfunction. If you fire Doug and Press, you have no one to run the team and build a game plan. Taylor, believed to be the main offensive play caller, began working with Peterson in 2016 in Philly. Peterson's loyalty to Taylor and refusal to fire him was part of the reasoning behind the Eagles firing Peterson after 2020. And when Peterson got the Jags gig, he brought on Taylor as his OC. Jags have yet to score more than 17 points in a game until yesterday. They scored 20, but let's be honest, they were gifted 7. And they've registered 4 offensive touchdowns through 12 quarters of play with a 30th ranked scoring offense. But the rushing attack has been effective when Jacksonville goes to it. This is before the game yesterday, again. So it's even better now. The Jags were averaging 5.4 yards per carry going into the game yesterday. And they did better than that yesterday. That's behind the Ravens and Packers. I mean, that's crazy. But their 64 rush attempts are the 4th fewest in the league. Now we have no plays. We start talking about Trevor Lawrence. He throws out some numbers about him. We've already gone over it. His expected completions compared to actual completions is negative 8.9, the 3rd worst in the league among qualified passers behind Anthony Richardson and benched Bryce Young. Normally, when you give the quarterback the extension after year 3, they play with tremendous confidence in next year. It's the team saying, we believe in you, we're buying into you. He's not playing like they invested in him. That's a fact.
That's a fact.
If you watch the games, there are situations where the balls are not on anybody. That's a fact. Peterson could always take more control in play calling, something he's been hesitant to do, but sources threw cold water on Taylor going anywhere because of how integral he is to the weekly preparation. No one on staff replaces what Press does for him, said one source. Indeed, whether it's an interim head coach or a different coordinator, there's no obvious choice for the Jags. Former Charger head coach Mike McCoy is on staff as a quarterback's coach, but he hasn't coordinated an offense since 2018. He had the last-ranked Cardinals offense sputtered to a midseason firing. I understand everyone's narrative would be to fire Press, but even from a practical standpoint, I don't know how you successfully game plan if you fire him. You're wasting Lawrence's season by doing that. So, I'll ride this out. I'm fine with. I'm not sitting here calling for anything. I just think there's some interesting points. Lawrence could also be feeling the effects of absences around him. Calvin Ridley signed with the Titans. Evan Ingram's missed the last couple games, now 3 games with a hamstring injury. The Jags' defense has also struggled, giving up the 4th most points in the league. Much of it came in the blowout in New York. Balky's been the GM since 2021. He and Peterson navigated the post-Urban Meyer tenure to get the Jags to the playoffs in 22, and moves like inking Christian Kirk to a market-beating deal and locking in Ingram have helped the franchise. But the decision to take Trayvon Walker number 1 over Aiden Hutchinson has proved costly. Since entering
Putting it mildly.
Yeah, since entering the league, Hutch is 10th in quarterback pressures, tied with T.J. Watt and Mack for 7th most sacks. Walker's 37th in sacks, 101 pressures, rank outside the top 40.
Well, yesterday's a perfect example.
Yeah.
That guy, Aiden Hutchinson, would have gotten to C.J. Stroud probably 3 times yesterday. That dude had 6 seconds to pass about 10 times.
One source with knowledge of the dynamic between Peterson and Balky call it a marriage of convenience.
That's not warm and fuzzy, to say the least.
That makes sense. That probably is what it is.
I mean, at the end of the day, let's start at the top. The general manager's responsible for putting all this together. I'm sure played, at the very least, a role in hiring Doug Peterson. The team is struggling. They're
Here's an interesting tidbit, and I'll say this because
nothing like a bit of tid.
Yeah, because your impression of Shad Khan with coaches and general managers is what? Patience. Right?
Except for not of late. Started with the Coughlin.
Well,
when he banished Coughlin, then he got rid of Urban.
Well, this is interesting. Only the Browns and Broncos have had more head coaches since Khan became owner of the Jags.
I believe that.
And Peterson will likely need to turn things around this season to avoid Jacksonville from pulling even with these 2 franchises. Listen, I think that this Jaguar football team, call me crazy, I think they can win 7 football games. But then they're going to be 7-10.
You know who's going to be the next winning coach? I really believe. I don't care. He's going to be rumored at both levels of football.
Okay.
I would wait and get in the right situation in pro. The next winning coach, I think this dude could win a Super Bowl.
Wow.
He's been in the league.
Who you got?
It didn't end that way. He's been a head coach in the league, in fact.
Talk to me.
And he's been a little bit of a bounce-around guy.
Share it with us.
That dude up there at Washington, former coach of the Cardinals, Cliff Kingsbury, that dude can coach ball.
Oh, well, let's get him to Florida.
That dude can coach ball. You look at what Kyler Murray did under Kingsbury, and look what he is now. Look what Jaden Daniels is doing, man.
Yeah.
That ain't him.
Yeah.
I mean, that's certainly him. This guy has a rookie quarterback completing 80% of his passes, hitting balls downfield. This guy can call ball plays, man. That guy is that.
Think he needs another chance?
Oh, 1,000,000%. If you're going to let McVay win and some of these other young guys win, let him win.
I like the guy in Detroit. I like their offense.
Yeah, I like him too. Yeah, I do too.
But I like,
and he's going to get a head job too.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying that Kingsbury dude, that just looks. Washington's offense hadn't punted since week 1.
Wow.
Week 1. That's the last time they punted before yesterday.
Jeez. Yeah, they're playing good football. So anyway, Jags come up short. We've broken it down. We have an idea. I just thought that was an interesting article that came out pregame. And then when you look at it, postgame, it stands out even more. The bottom line is this: they're 0-4. The schedule softens up a little bit, but the Jags have shown us no ability to win.
If we could score inside forget the red zone. I want to know what the Jags' touchdown percentage is inside the 10-yard line, because we have so many games the last couple of years we leave down there to 2. We can't get it in 3 cops, or we can't get the sneak in, or we can't. It's just, and to me that's on the line. I watch too many football games, Dan, where they hand it off, it appears like nothing, and the O-line, like a surging wave of testosterone, just pushes the defense into the end zone. You see it every game. You see that. And you know who I never, ever see it from? Our offensive line. Not once. Do I remember a play where we just handed up the middle, he seems stopped at the 2, but the whistle doesn't blow, and they just push them, demand their way into the end zone. Not our guys, man.
All right,
not often that your star quarterback knocks your star receiver out for the year. Somehow
boy.
the Chiefs managed it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rashee Rice has a torn ACL.
Yeah.
He's out for the year.
Yeah.
And it's 2 times on Mahomes. You see, Rashee injured his Rice trying to make a tackle on a Mahomes interception. And the person who collided with his knee and tore the ACL is Mahomes.
Oof.
Afterward, Mahomes says he's holding out hope that it wouldn't be as bad as it ended up being because they're now saying torn ACL. And you know what the Chiefs said? Hold my beer. I'll see you in the AFC Championship game. This is the drill. The Monday Morning Quarterback, divorcemenonly.com.
He'll cross the line into the danger zone so you can be informed from the safety of home.
Out here, it's military law, and I'm in charge of enforcing it.
His car line takes you behind enemy lines. Brought to you by Pella Windows and Doors on 1010XL.
I'm here with Clayton Bromberg of Underwood Jewelers. Clayton, you spend a lot of time talking about diamonds, but what about some of the colored stones we see?
Frank, when you talk about colored stones, there are literally hundreds of varieties and species in the gem kingdom. As certified gemologists, we're trained gemologically on the identification of each of these and can separate the man-made synthetics and imitations from the real thing. But at Underwoods, we can go to the next step. At Underwoods, we're active buyers of loose-colored stones in the world markets, so we have an understanding of the values of colored stones as they relate back to the various qualities. In fact, just like diamonds, we buy most of our colored stones loose, then create the pieces of jewelry to hold the gems. You can be assured not only of the authenticity and quality of our colored stone jewelry, but also of the value. So if you're in the market for a fine quality emerald, sapphire, ruby, aquamarine, amethyst, citrine, tourmaline, peridot, or any other gemstone, come by and see us at Underwoods.
Hey, Hicken here from my friends at golfteerepair.com. No. Golfteerepair.com doesn't fix golf tees. We just want you to have some fun around the game we all love. Golf Tee Repair is a Jacksonville company that makes affordable golf wear for the men and the ladies. They got unbelievable women's golf wear for folks who love to play. And you don't have to wear it on the golf course either, man. They got polos, T-shirts, hats. They got great hoodies. But you got to see it to believe it. It's golfteerepair.com. That's the place to go. All natural materials for comfortable, breathable clothing. It's at golfteerepair.com. It's perfect to wear in the warm weather. And when you're football game bound, they got Duval shirts, Florida State shirts, Georgia shirts. You name it, they got it. Go look at them. You'll love them. golfteerepair.com. You'll be glad you did, and you'll thank me later. golfteerepair.com. A perfect gift for you or your lady.
Who has the best lineup this season? Honda. Cars, trucks, SUVs, vans, hybrids, and electric. This is one of the greatest lineups Honda has ever had. And now is the best time to purchase or lease one. Visit your local Honda dealer now. Remember, only a Honda is a Honda.
The Drill from the studios at Republic Services. We'll handle it from here.
Hey, Hicken here. Are you tired of having your carpets professionally cleaned only to have them looking dingy again? Zero Res can help. I'll tell you what, they have the technology. Zero Res uses its patented ZR water that cleans beautifully without using any soaps, detergents, or shampoos. That means zero residue left behind. And guess what? Zero Res falling back in time for September. 3 rooms of carpet clean for only $129, and we'll clean a 4th room for free. That's right. The 4th room is on me. Zero Res, man. Spell it forward. Zero Res, spell it backwards. It's the right way to clean.
I've known Glenn Coleman for a long time as a friend and a lawyer. Persistent and fair, Glenn and his firm have represented clients from North Florida and South Georgia for over 40 years in all kinds of personal injury cases. If I had such a case, call Glenn at Barnes, Cohen, and Sullivan.
Attention men and women. If you would like to get your hair back, then you need to listen to some of our clients. John in Orange Park.
IHRS showed me what was causing my hair loss and helped stop it.
Call IHRS now.
904-425-5095.
Find out how to grow your hair back with a free hair and scalp examination. Mike from Bay Meadows.
I finally found the most experienced company who could restore my hair. Now I have hair where I had none before.
Results guaranteed. Diane from Ponte Vedra.
Now I have what lotions couldn't give me. Thick, beautiful hair.
Find out why you're losing your hair and how to grow your hair back.
904-425-5095.
For a limited time, free hair and scalp examination.
Now my hair will grow for the rest of my life. Thanks, IHRS.
Thank you, IHRS.
Thanks, IHRS, for giving me my hair back.
Hurry, this free examination, normally $199, is yours for free and good only through Sunday. For your free examination, call IHRS.
904-425-5095. That's 904-425-5095.
Spend lunchtime with the ladies.
A meal and sparkling conversation.
Helmets and heels.
Mia O'Brien, Lauren Brooks, and Taylor Dahl.
Just behave, okay?
Switched on by First Coast Lighting and Fans on 1010XL.
Okay, listen up, team. They're out to test our reputation as the best plumber in Jacks, so we gotta play like the experts we are. When customers call with leaky faucets, broken water heaters, toilet repairs, broken pipes, or any other challenge, we'll give them a solution fast. Now, who are we?
Roland Reach Plumbing!
I can't hear you.
Roland Reach Plumbing!
Now that's what a winner sounds like. Customers always win with Roland Reach Plumbing at plumberinjacks.com.
1010XL is presented by Farrah & Farrah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. This is your Duval Minute. Brought to you by Lift Power, your turnkey solution for all warehouse needs.
Well, one thing that you can take from that game yesterday is that Nico Collins is a heck of a football player. Listen, I thought Monteric Brown did pretty well as a corner. I think Monteric Brown and Ventrell Miller are the two positives from the defense, two guys who have worked their way onto the football field because of injury but are taking advantage of it. He wasn't great, but Monteric Brown made some plays out there and showed me that I think he can be a starting corner in the NFL. So there's a positive for you in a world of negativity. A Jags 0-4, only one 0-4 team ever. 32 years ago, the Chargers were able to climb from the depths of 0-4 to make the postseason. And that's your Duval Minutes, brought to you by Lift Power. As summer ends, the job market does not. Lift Power on the lookout for experienced lift, truck, and dock and door technicians. And benefits, listen, 401k, boom. Company vehicle, bang. Paid training, woo. And a sign-on bonus, too. This offer is way too good to pass up. Come see why Lift Power has been voted one of the best places to work for the past several years. Our rapidly growing business has proudly served the Jacksonville area for more than 50 years, and we want you to be part of our family. Gang, don't let this opportunity slip by. All you got to do is go to liftpower.com for more information. That's liftpower.com.
I don't know what you're doing, fam.
E.T., I found your favorite UCF star this weekend.
Favorite UCF star?
She's a female. Her name is Ailin Perez.
Okay.
Ailin Perez. So you go ahead and check out the end of her fight on Saturday.
Oh, boy.
Now, she took care of that young gal she was fighting.
Fighting what?
UCF fight. You
know UCF. I thought you were talking about UCF football.
Oh, I mean UFC. I'm sorry, UFC.
Oh, yeah, I'm thinking of the GOAT.
No, my bad. No, my bad. No,
Okay.
UFC. UFC, he has a new UFC fighter, female. Ailin Perez, Ailin. Wow. Yeah. Took celebration to a level that is reserved for the 9 o'clock hour.
Yes.
Just put it that way.
Oh, dear.
Sure.
All right, welcome back to the program. We'll get Freddie T coming up here at the bottom of the hour. So we
got
shall
to talk with Freddie and Tom. And,
Ailin.
Is that your favorite? Is that your new favorite female fighter?
She on the radar.
Okay, there you go. Well, we got to talk to Fred and Tony and Tom on Friday.
It's a big weekend in Jacksonville, and Tony was right, man. We got to, go out and pay honor and appreciation for that group of people and Tom Coughlin going up on the wall where he should be. And that he'll be there forever, as Freddie told us on Friday. And that's a great thing, man. So very happy for him, very proud of the Coughlin family and all that they've meant to our community. So that will be a special day Sunday, and it'd be nice if we can get a win on top of that. And we are playing the Colts, and we have handled the Colts. And you got to win one before you can win two. And we've got opportunity. If we played like we played yesterday and Trevor plays a little bit better, we'll win the next three. I mean, I
hope.
I know.
Yeah,
but I don't
I
don't have the confidence and to say that I'm not guaranteeing.
Dan, this is the tact I'm going to take.
We're 0-4.
If we go with different paths, and that's fine. We just, I guess, would make the show more diverse. But I'm done with anything big picture. You know what every Monday is going to be? It's going to be a synopsis of what we saw on Sunday, and let's break down these individual games as they occur, and hopefully we can turn more good into bad. And then if we ever get to a point where we're actually in victory formation a few Mondays in a row. Then we can talk about getting back in any kind of big picture goal. But every big picture goal's been blown to smithereens for the fan base. It hasn't for the players. It does at a certain point. At some point, even the players won't believe anymore, even if they tell you they do. But I do think that they still feel like they got a little bit of lifeline left. Now, they know that it's running out fast, and they're wrong.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that they're correct in that because history says only one of however many have done it. So
one.
Yeah.
Right now, we have the worst record in the NFL. I mean, that's you got to wear it.
Yeah.
You got to wear it.
You had a good week in the 5-pack, and I had a relatively bad week, but I was spot on with the It's obviously now they're way overrated, and so it's just a matter of waiting until a big boy team comes along and beats Miami like a drum. But Virginia Tech showed the other night in the Orange Bowl that the Canes' bluster is a little louder than what their actual talent level is. I mean, Virginia Tech lost at Vanderbilt in a game that looked a lot like the one I won Friday, and had they not gotten cheated at the end and had they stuck with their original call, Virginia Tech would have been a straight-up winner. But, Joe U's on line one. I'm sorry, I didn't see that. I thought we were talking...
Morning, you.
Canes football, my bad.
Top of the morning, boys. Top of the morning.
At least the Saints showed up for you. I thought that was solid. Good win.
Oh, dear.
Good win in Atlanta. Take that home. I hope that. Ooh, that was a nice long 8-hour drive home for you boys with that one.
And how you feel good about a win and your offense didn't even score?
Who cares? I tell you how I feel about it. I feel like I'm on top of the world, baby.
And that's how your boy Joe you feel.
Yeah.
What a game. I mean, you need a game like that during the season to kind of, get your refocus.
I don't know if you need it, but you have them. If you are a good team, good teams have them. I don't know if they're necessarily needed, but your point's probably semantics now at this point.
Here's my dilemma. I'm in Miami at an event, and I'm on the DI. So I'm like it's a gala Friday night, so I can see. I'm at JW Turnberry, so you can see the stadium from where I am.
Nice.
But I'm not at the game because I'm making comments with a tuxedo on. So I got my phone at my table and I'm looking. We're about to go up 21-7, touchdown 21-7. I'm going to turn it off and interact with other people. Refs call up pancake. If you want to talk about bad calls, that's a bad call. Anyway. Virginia Tech played their game. I mean, they played a hell of a game. They did things they had to do. But Cam Ward, on his Heisman run, did what a Heisman quarterback does, man. He's the difference. He's a difference maker. Coming back like that, it was crazy. As far as the play everybody's talking about, it clearly was.
I clearly caught it. I saw it, Joe. He had it. I could see through all those people. They should have kept that touchdown.
That was not a touchdown at all. And that's what the ACC refs would do.
I saw it.
They didn't see it. Nobody can see it.
They got that tracker now with the ball. They know it. They all got together. They called. The ACC sucks, they said, and suddenly the ACC's begging. You screwed us last year.
Charlotte, we got an undefeated Miami team about to lose. What do we do? Oh, no, he dropped it. That's not a catch.
Bro, when they went to
Overturn
Charlotte,
that thing.
It's done. I thought it was over. I thought it was over because Charlotte came back and made the right call. So yeah, man, what a comeback though. That was. But the play of the game, which I don't know if you saw it. I went back and Cam throws a pick. It's about to be a pick six. Our tight end Elijah Arroyo.
Yeah. I saw that play. That was first half.
And then what do bad coaches do? They can go up and kick a field goal and go up by I think 17 points. Hey, we're going to run a revert. We're going to fake the field goal. They didn't get any points out of that. They faked the field goal on 4th and 1. We stopped them. And
helped in the long run. And Ward and to Joe's, Joe is so prone. See, you're the little boy that cried wolf, so you're not going to get any credit for any of this. You've been screaming about ridiculous players for years and years, but and ET, hang up on him as I finish.
Yes.
Cam Ward is that guy. He has been all the thousands that Joe has trumpeted falsely through the years. Cam Ward is actually playing like a superstar, legitimate Heisman candidate because Miami has tried this over and over. These guys, they're never worth anything. Cam Ward, 70% of his passes, second most passing yards in college football.
Been very good.
18 touchdowns, 4 picks. I'd love to see him play at Texas, Georgia, and Alabama, something these other candidates are having to do.
As we had to break, I did see something yesterday, and if you're it's incredible stuff to watch, and they do this every year. It's that mentalist guy, OZ.
He goes into locker rooms and stuff?
He goes into, not locker rooms, but he goes into their meeting rooms. And he was with the Buffalo Bills.
Okay.
And he did a couple things that I literally sit there and just are like.
It mesmerizes him.
It mesmerizes.
He doesn't understand this is all sleight of hand. He really thinks they're warlocks and magicians.
I don't know how he does it. And it's just, he did something.
Well, what did he do in particular that?
Well, for example, he says, all right, Josh, he brings up Josh Allen. Josh Allen, under oath, did I talk to you in any way, shape, or form? No, I didn't. All right, Josh, here's a football. Yeah. I want you to throw it to one of your guys. Okay. Any guy in this, of the 53 in here.
They're all sitting up in the theater seat.
In the theater seat. So he takes a big sheet of white paper and a Sharpie, and he writes down Dawson Knox. Who you throwing it to, Josh? Dawson Knox. Throws it to him.
Okay.
How the hell does that happen? Then he
knows.
throws it back. He goes, okay, maybe I got lucky. Let me see. Look around one more time. Okay, writes it down. Who you throwing it to? Yell it as you throw it, Josh. And he wrote down Greg Rousseau. Greg Rousseau! So now he's got 2 for 2. He goes, I'll tell you, I know who he's going to throw it to again, but Josh, you tell me, and then I'll give you some proof. He goes, I'm going to throw it to Connor McGovern. All right, throw it to Connor McGovern. All right, Connor, stand up. Connor stands up. He goes, Connor, does anybody know your PIN number? No, I don't know my PIN. No one knows. Your wife doesn't know it. Yeah, they all clap. No, she doesn't know it. Does anybody on the team? Nobody knows. My dad, nobody knows my PIN number. All right, Connor. He goes, think of it. Think in your head. What's your PIN number? Think of it. Okay. Wait, I'm seeing it. It's 8. It's 88. It's 88. 8850. Is that correct? Yeah, that's correct. All right, who's number 88? Stand up, Dawson Knox. Who's number 50? Greg Rousseau. Game over.
Yeah, that will send Dan into
now you
therapy.
Tell me how he did that.
That's all fake. Yeah.
How's it fake?
They set him up. It's a setup.
You think they just do it beforehand?
That's correct.
No way.
Yes.
No way.
Yeah.
That's pretty impressive.
That's what happens. It's all set up
Oliver
beforehand.
looked at him like it was some voodoo magic.
Yeah,
and that brother
they're
went
pranking the whole team. Dawson Knox knew about it.
No, he
Rousseau knew about
No
it.
chance.
They all knew about it because it's impossible for the
can't do that,
human. You think it's more likely?
There's a
that
way
this
that it
guy.
happened.
No, there is no way. Dan.
There is a way.
Those ways don't exist in the real world. This is where you're getting warlocked into, like, I don't know where you're going. You're tiptoeing into very, very dangerous territory, Fred. All right, Fred Taylor is next. It's the Monday Morning Running Back. You're listening to The Drill on 1010XL.
Here we come. The best defense is a superior fence. Superior Fence and Rail highlights the defensive player of the game. On 1010XL, Superior Fence and Rail, where quality matters.
Hey, Hicken here for America's #1 daily fantasy sports app with more than 5 million active members. It's Prize Picks. All you got to do is pick more or less on 2 to 6 player stats and watch the winnings roll in. Right now throughout September, which is one more day, Caleb Williams' passing yard gets you 1 win on Prize Picks. And when my picks hit, which they usually do, although Buffalo don't take Josh Allen out of the game when I need a couple more yards, I get my money in as quick as 15 minutes because Prize Picks puts their members first, so all withdrawals are fast, safe, and secure. Sunday's fun day around my family, and because we have a lot of fun, you can do $5 wagers, no big deal. Download the Prize Picks app today and use code JAX, that's JAX, and get $50 instantly when you play $5. That's code JAX on Prize Picks to get $50 instantly when you play $5. You don't even need to win to receive the $50 bonus. It is guaranteed. Prize Picks, run your game.
Hi, this is Dale Murray with Murray Automotive Group in Stark and Kingsland. Save yourself from those big city dealers and their fast-talking flim-flam tactics. No matter what your automotive need is, we've got you covered. Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and nobody beats our prices, and I mean nobody. Shazam! Plus our exclusive 15-year, 150,000-mile warranty included on every qualified vehicle. And we'll trade anything from AirPods to fishing rods. Compare our prices online at ShazamAuto.com. Then come see me, Dale Murray. I'll be waiting for you. Shazam!
Hey folks, this is Dave Benyon with my son Ammon here from Zero Res. Ammon, you've been cleaning air ducts for a while now. What are some of the reasons customers might consider getting their air ducts cleaned?
There are many reasons. Many times, people suffer needlessly from poor indoor air quality produced by the conditions in their air system. Construction dust, the presence of bacterial growth, and years' worth of buildup all come together to make your air ducts a pretty gross place. If you suffer from allergies, have recently moved, recently remodeled, or have never had your air ducts cleaned, then now is the best time to call. By calling Zero Res, you'll have the peace of mind of knowing that you called the best of the best. Our state-of-the-art truck mount system and top-of-the-line service representatives simply can't be found anywhere else. Google Zero Res and read thousands of 5-star reviews.
So what kind of deals can I expect?
Just mention that you heard us on the radio, and we'll give you $100 off your air duct cleaning.
Wow, that sounds like a pretty great deal. Remember, folks, Zero Res,
spelled forward or backwards, it's the right way to clean.
CEROREC. Zero
1010XL. From the studios of Republic Services, we'll handle it from here.
Want to be up close and personal with the Jaguars as they take the field? Here's your chance to be in the shadows, outside the Jaguars locker room, now called the Vault. Enter today at everbank.com/shadows. One winner and a guest for every home game at Everbank Stadium. No purchase necessary to enter or win. Open to legal residents of the United States and D.C. 18 and older. Entry periods for the Shadow Sweepstakes promotion from 8/19/24 to 12/15/24. For official rules and complete details, visit everbank.com/shadows. Sponsored administrator, Everbank N.A. member FDIC.
Stevie Beatrice from Beatrice Plumbing here. A lot of plumbing companies say a lot of things. We focus on what customers say. Like who a few weeks ago, Donna, said the entire experience was the best fix-it experience she ever had. Or Chris, whose hot water went out on a Saturday and he thanked us for getting it fixed that night. Because that's the difference when you hire a real plumber. They show up to fix the problem. So next time you need a plumber, remember Beatrice Plumbing. Because real plumbers fix problems real fast.
Post-game Monday on 1010XL is brought to you by Dandy Foods, makers of quality fresh sandwiches and home of the good stuff.
Jimerson Burr is a full-service, Florida-based commercial law firm that has experience and capabilities to handle any legal issue a business is confronted with. Learn more about what they can do for you at jimersonfirm.com.
Firehouse Subs is turning 30. Celebrate with them on Tuesday, October 8th from 5 to 6 p.m. at the Mandarin location. Meet Jacksonville, your favorite Jags players, and the cheerleaders. Join the fun at Firehouse Subs, 9825 San Jose Boulevard in Mandarin.
Ride the hurricane wave as the storm brews in South Beach.
Keeping you closer to the U with news and notes from the Orange and Green on the Hurricane Report on 1010XL.
Brought to you by Performance Painting. Prepare, protect, preserve.
This is Dr. Kevin Kaplan, head team physician for your Jacksonville Jaguars. Here's the latest update on the Jags, brought to you by Baptist Health and JOI.
The Jaguars lost a close contest to the Texans. Head coach Doug Peterson revealed what he told the team.
We got to keep working, keep fighting. A lot of football ahead of us. It's not time to start pointing fingers and just got to improve.
With the Jaguars record now 0-4, the Jag head coach Doug Peterson wasn't concerned about his job status.
I mean, no. It's kind of a strange question, but okay.
Quarterback Trevor Lawrence expressed concern about his own play.
I'm pretty frustrated. Like I said, a lot of missed opportunities. A lot of that's on me. There were some plays early in the game that, I was just a little off. I got to hit those plays.
At your Jacksonville Orthopedic Institute Jaguar Update, I'm Sam Nelson.
XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Now, another great guest on the Garber Auto Mall phone line.
Hello.
We can wiggle it. Now, Dan and Jeff hand it off to our halfback.
Fred Taylor, every time he touches it, he's a candidate to go the distance.
Monday morning running back with Fred Taylor is fueled by Epstein & Robbins DUI defense firm and Monahan Jewelers on 1010XL.
Well, we visited with Freddie on Friday, and we were having a nice chat with him about a bunch of other stuff. And he's been trying to stay positive for us. Been trying. And it's good to have a running back's opinion because we could ask him about that.
Yeah, I'm all for giving the guys due. That was, it's one thing if you run it from the 16 down to the 2.
No, I get it.
That was a gasser.
Yeah.
I mean, that was a gasser. I think that was a bit of a miss, a bit of an oversight. Yeah. This is a song, the New York Groove, as you know, because you're always in the New York Groove.
Yeah.
You know who sings this?
Yeah, it's not Bay City Rollers, is it?
It's kind of a trick question from this standpoint. It's a guy who went rogue off of the band that he's more famously known for. It's Ace Frehley.
Ace Frehley, yeah, that's right.
Kiss band.
Yeah.
Correct. We got Freddie? Yes, sir. Fred, we had a question for you. Good morning, friend. Thanks for being with us. Good to see you Friday.
Hey, man, I am answering all of your questions.
Good. Listen, you've even told us you wish there were times in your career maybe if you'd have just gotten left in that inside the 5 and punched home a couple of touchdowns. But on a play like Tank Bigsby had yesterday, where you go 60 and you're pretty gassed by the time you get down to the corner of that end zone, is that a spot where the coaching staff should have been real quick to get ETN and keep things going, or were you okay with sprinting back out to 20 yards to the huddle and running him 2 times in a row?
You know what, guys? There were plenty times, man, where I ran down there and I took it upon myself to check myself out.
Okay, because you felt like you weren't full. Yeah.
Sometimes you don't feel like you're full, but a 59-yarder isn't, if it were 70, 80, yeah, I get it. But a 59-yarder, you got to play.
Got enough?
You probably got to play. And it always comes back to your conditioning. But with me, with Coughlin and all, like they would sometimes just send someone else out there. And eventually, you guys know my career. Throughout my career, I wasn't even designated the goal line back. So if we had a situation where it got inside the 3, then I'm coming out anyway. Looking back on my career, and after all of this Hall of Fame talk, I know I could have had more than 66 touchdowns.
Right.
So it's like, come on, you should have just stayed in like Tank did.
Yeah.
But we're going to always sit here and second guess those calls if it doesn't execute. Sort of like myself when they took me out of goal line, and I didn't mind as long as we executed. Otherwise, just keep me in. I can do whatever happened if that's the case. So.
In yesterday's specific example, I guess my question was more, is a fresh Travis Etienne rather than a winded Tank Bigsby the play there if you're going to try and knock it in a couple times? But I think you kind of answered that, and you said that.
It all depends on the coaching staff, on their dynamic, right? Gotcha. It depends on their dynamic. Sometimes it has to do with conditioning, your cardio level, but other times it has to do with, Tank is more of their punch it in, short yardage guy. It seems to be to me that's what he's evolving to be in this offense. And then you also have a situation where ETN was dealing with a shoulder. Do they want to put him in there with the bigger body? So it's you got to really pull it out and see what the coaching staff was thinking at that particular moment in time.
Fred Taylor, our guest. Fred, the hot topic this morning, though, is the play of Trevor Lawrence. He had a couple wide open throws that you just got to make. And if he made them, the Jags probably score, 38 points yesterday. Missed a 3rd and 1 on another drive. He's just not playing. Like, if you watched him and C.J. Stroud yesterday, C.J. Stroud looks much more comfortable, much more poised. Something ain't right with Trevor. And we're trying to figure out what it is. Has he lost confidence? Is it what? You just got to make those throws in the NFL, man.
I would like to say, man, I counted 4 overthrows, 4 like guaranteed big play opportunities missed. And I don't want to really go back through them. We all saw the game.
Sure.
But, something's off. I don't know what it is. Something's off. If there were a running back, I can probably help you guys. But, what I'm seeing in Trevor and what I told the guys on the post game yesterday, JP, Mike, Brian Sexton, is that I'm starting to be reminded of Peyton Manning when he starts to jitter his feet a little bit, the little pitter-patter when pressure gets close. And they did a fairly good job of protecting him yesterday. I mean, he was sacked once, had a few other pressure moments, but I think he was hit 3 other times. But as you just mentioned it, C.J. Stroud, he was pressured, multiple times, and a few times he avoided sacks by Josh Allen Hearns as well as Trayvon Walker, and yet he still delivered nice balls, very accurate passes.
Right.
So, Trevor, he's always been known to stand in there, last second, take the big shot. But for some reason, and I wish I were a quarterback guru, I would be able to have a better answer to you, for you. But yeah, Trevor's off, and it's really costing the offense. And then you're putting the defense in certain situations. And the defense, quite naturally, even going back to last year, they've been if you had to compare the units to see who's playing the best, I would say it's been the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah, and they did. The defense did enough yesterday. They did enough really the first 2 weeks. They could be 3-1 as well, just based on what the defense has done. Fred, take me inside a locker room that's 0-4 and how dangerous a time this could be if you are going to have any chance of getting long-term goals, back in focus.
I mean, the leadership has to stand up. For some, I hear and again, I say this based on what I hear coming out of the locker room and when I'm in the building. I hear the leadership has been questioned. And then also on top of that, you have some of the guys that are leaders, they're not available right now. The Foyers, Aluakans, and right
Evan
now
Ingram.
you talk the Evan Ingrams, the guys who are going to be your passionate leaders, and they're going to be your passionate vocal leaders. They're going to also lead through their play, and let you follow them that way. So, it's tough to really throw that out there on them because I'm not actually in the locker room, just some whispers I've heard. And if that's the case, maybe those guys need to step up. Someone needs to take the bull by the horn and say, hey, we're 0-4. Don't panic. We could easily be 3-1. We can look at the plays. We can look at, some questionable calls, some questionable calls on the coaching end, right, at the end of the game. We can look at, the missed opportunity against Miami, the ETN play. We can look at the D'Ernest Johnson play, the legal shift right there. Just toss the Buffalo game completely out. There's nothing you can do about
happens.
that one.
Yeah, that's
and then yesterday, you have the lead majority of the game. You have 4 overthrows as well, and that's part of the game. Like, if you don't take advantage of your plays, then you're going to end up with this sort of record, which is what happens to bad teams. Your record is what it is, but you can clearly go back and look at it and say, all right, if we can just narrow it down to 6 plays right now in 4 games, we're 3-1, easily 3-1. So I don't think it's a panic mode. I like what I saw with the backups yesterday. Sean Miller, I think he played an outstanding game.
Right.
You have guys stepping up on defense for what it's worth. And you went toe-to-toe with your divisional, the team that won the division a year ago. So a really good team in the Texans, I believe. You just got to keep churning away. Trevor has to step up. He has to put it on his back and say, I haven't performed my best, but when I do, we're rolling. And hopefully that's the next game. And I know he's going to keep fighting. He fought all last year with
Fred? Fred?
Did you lose me?
You're back. You're back.
I said, Trevor, we can depend on Trevor to keep fighting.
Okay.
He fought all last year, and I believe he's going to continue to fight this year as well.
And at least we have a guy. Listen, quarterback's such an important position. Captain Obvious just showed up. But at least we've seen enough sustained good play out of Trevor that you know it's in there rather than a prospect that you're waiting to see it or still hoping or he's never put it together for longer than a quarter. I mean, this is a guy who played really good football for about 18 games from the middle of 22 to the middle of last year. It's in there. And, buddy, there's some urgency in getting it out and presenting it like we've seen it. Right?
Yeah, that's what it is. I mean, because if we're going to go off his last 9 starts, I mean, what do we have? We have what we have right now, right?
Yeah. Right.
So that's exactly that's the barrel we're looking down. And you can't play in spurts in this league, unfortunately. You have to be more consistent on the positive side than consistent on the negative side. He's been more consistent on the negative side of things, and that's what we all want to avoid. The fans don't want to see that. And eventually, the jury is going to be out, and they're going to call a spade a spade.
Yeah, the guys.
So until he starts winning, then you have to, borderline yourself on the side of calling a spade until he starts winning. Because the last 9, the proof is in the pudding.
You hit the key, Fred. It's the winning. Because if you win the game, you know what we do? We don't talk about the overthrows. I mean, I don't have them in front of me. I'm sure C.J. Stroud missed a couple of guys yesterday.
Go back to 2017.
Yeah.
As much as people beat up Blake Bortles, they were winning games, and Blake had to deal with less crap. No, he wasn't throwing for 350, this and that. But as a unit, they found ways to win.
Right.
And you can deal with even Gardner Minshew. You were able to deal with the 180, the 202 passing. You didn't care.
Because you're
like,
winning.
oh, he's doing enough to get it done.
That's right.
But when you give someone $250 million
and they don't win, that's right.
And they don't win, then it's microscopic.
Yeah.
Well, to the nth degree.
Yeah, fair. Okay, well, game 4 of a 105-game contract. Let's hope we got 111 to get better in.
All right, Freddie.
You know what, man? In all honesty, guys, and this is it for me. If I believe if anybody can stand in that fire, it's this young man. I love what he's made of. I don't think he's going to flinch. I believe in his character. I just need to see the results on the field.
Fair enough.
Right. And you need to see it, and the Jaguars fans need to see it. Ownership needs to see that part of it because they know he's a great young man.
Right.
Yeah. But that's not going to keep you a job.
Fair
enough. Well said. Thank you, Freddie.
Thank you, Fred. We'll talk to you next week.
All right, guys.
Good stuff. There he goes.
It's the Monday Morning Quarterback, our buddy Fred Taylor in the Pride of the Jags, also a part of the big weekend that is coming up. It's the Monday Morning Quarterback overall here as we continue to take through the weekend that was in the sports world. Brought to you by DivorceMenOnly.com. So it's the 9 o'clock hour. It's next.
Starting at linebacker, number 55, Tom McManus.
I'm bringing you straight to the gridiron to show you what it's like to put on the Jags helmet and pads. Friday from 10 to noon on Jaguars Today.
Brought to you by Renewal by Anderson Windows and Doors. Now you can watch 1010XL shows all day on X, Facebook, and YouTube. Brought to you by MyBookie. Experience Vegas from the comfort of your phone anytime, anywhere. Sign up today. Use promo code 1010XL.
This is Paige, owner of Awaken 180 Weight Loss. People ask me all the time what's healthy, and that's hard because healthy is different from losing weight, and I think that's where a lot of people struggle. There are a lot of foods out there that are healthy foods, but they're not going to support your weight loss, and that's what we're here to help with. We're here to help you get in the healthy foods that are going to help you lose weight. The Awaken 180 difference is our coaches. It's our team. You can find things online about weight loss, but you try them yourself and they just don't work. And that's because everyone is different. And that's what our coaches are so skilled at helping you figure out.
They certainly figure it out. This is Mike Dempsey. And as you all know, I dropped my 25 pounds in just 4 weeks thanks to Awaken 180. They did the work. I just followed my plan. They did the same for Matt Hayes, and I'd say they hit the target with Hacker, about to reach the 100-pound mark. Let them do it for you. Reserve your consultation at awaken180weightloss.com or call 844-346-1800 for Awaken 180.
Hey, Hicken here. You tired of having your carpets professionally cleaned, only have them look dingy again? Zero Res will help. They got that technology. Zero Res uses patented ZR water that cleans beautifully without using any soaps, detergents, or shampoos. ZR, zero residue left behind. And you got to act fast, but Zero Res in the month of September, which is today. If you make the move today, you'll get 3 rooms of carpet clean for $129. If you've been waiting to do it, wait no longer. And the 4th room's on us. That's right. 4th room is on me. So take care of your advantage from Zero Res. Get your carpets clean. Zero Res, you spell it forward. Zero Res, you spell it backwards. I know one thing. Zero Res, it's the right way to clean.
This election, if you want someone who will take care of the messes, someone who isn't afraid to get dirty and work in the trenches, someone who will pump out the problems and prevent future ones, vote for the Duck.
Need your septic tank serviced? Call Duck Duck Rooter, your 5-star Google-rated septic company. Visit duckduckrooter.com.
I approve this message.
When you're stuck, call the Duck. duckduckrooter.com.
The Drill on 1010XL. From the studios of Republic Services, we'll handle it from here. The flagship station of the Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Hicken here for Bout 9 Associates, where you'll find Jacksonville's most esteemed eye doctors at each of their locations. After being selected for one of the most competitive ophthalmology fellowships in the world, Dr. Frank Bowden is frequently called upon for his expert opinion. He is currently one of the few cornea and external disease specialists in the area and the founder of Bout 9. Visit Bout 9 Associates today and experience the difference. Bout 9 Associates, keeping the First Coast focused.
Mia here. By the looks of it, there were some huge hits betting on MyBookie this weekend. If you didn't make the right plays, you have Monday Night Football tonight to get right. A doubleheader, as a matter of fact. The Titans travel to Miami to play the Dolphins. Basically a pick-em So who do you think is going to win? You know, here at 1010XL, we don't bet on the Titans. We are taking the Dolphins all day, hoping their defense can cause major problems for a turnover-happy Will Levis. And if you think that hits, why not do a parlay and bet the over-under total 36.5? A $100 bet pays $260. MyBookie is running the double deposit bonus still as well. You need to get started now. Use promo code 1010XL to claim a bonus that doubles your money on your very first deposit. Double your money with promo code 1010XL before you even place a bet. Make sure you head on over to mybookie.ag and claim that double deposit bonus, then parlay your way to cash. Bet on anything, anytime, anywhere, and make your season a winning season with MyBookie.
Aren't you just happy when you can handle all your needs in one location? Well, introducing Allstate agent Mandy Bowers in Mandarin. Whether it's home, life, business, or auto, Mandy covers it all. In fact, bundling policy is a great way to add extra savings. Mandy and her crew can do that. Allstate is offering lower auto insurance rates this year. Mandy can do that. You need to give Mandy Bowers a call in her Mandarin office, because when it comes to getting it all done under one roof, Mandy can do that. Go!
Family, football, and Friday night traditions connect the past with the present.
Southeast Orthopedic Specialists Friday Night Lights.
With Hacker and Andrew Gibson. Presented by Duck Rooter Plumbing, Septic, and Air Conditioning on 1010XL.
Here's your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports updates, sponsored by Firehouse Subs. The devastating loss to SMU wasn't the result of a leadership void, says FSU head coach Mike Norvell.
Leadership people get caught up on things, this great speech that you have to give or where you need to say, and no, go be the action. Go be the person that stands up and does exactly what they're supposed to do.
The final day of the regular season in MLB play saw the Rays lose to the Boston Red Sox, and the Marlins defeated the Toronto Blue Jays. NFL news saw the Tampa Bay Buccaneers defeat the Arizona Cardinals. Edward Waters University football, after having a game postponed due to Hurricane Helene, on Sunday they got the game in against Tuskegee. Unfortunately, it resulted in a loss, their fourth straight. That's your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update. I'm Sam Nelson.
At 8:58 at 75 degrees, time and temp brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cooler with Bueller.
1010XL is presented by Farrah & Farrah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
I'm so depressed. Welcome back to the show.
Rolling down backwoods.
Watching all Jaguars lose game after football game.
See what you did there?
0-4 now. No postseason. And Trevor can't complete.
Worked hard all week.
I saw this the other day. Welcome back to the show. It's 9 o'clock. It's time to get nasty.
That was freestyle.
That was a little bit. Wasn't too bad. You know, FSU sent a lawsuit out to sue the ACC. Yeah.
You mean a while ago?
Yeah. And in the lawsuit, they have all these heretofore addendums, I got down to number 116. This was sent to me by EBJ. The additions of Cal, Stanford, and SMU were made over strenuous objections of Florida State. The ACC also tapped SMU, which has never been a member of a Power 5, soon-to-be Power 4 conference, in which the Big 12 had been passing on for years. Simply stated, rather than improve in football media profile, the ACC consciously chose to diminish it, along with undermining the ACC's strength of schedule. That's in their lawsuit. In other words, what the hell are you taking SMU for? The team that just beat us 42-16.
Well,
bad look, FSU.
Couple of things.
Bad look.
Couple of things there in that quote lawsuit.
Yeah.
SMU does not lower the ACC's level of competition at all. They would immediately become a middle of the pack ACC season in normal SMU times. They don't have a big building. They don't have nice facilities. They're not going to have a huge gate. But SMU in most years will be middle of the pack in the ACC. So that was way wrong on FSU's part to present them that way. But yeah, you want to talk about it coming back to bite you a little bit. I hope SMU is aware of the lawsuit. That's unfair. That's a cheap shot from a program that got good again for about 10 minutes. And that's what's really standing out now. So now it's starting. FSU needs to gag order this lawsuit if they can.
Yeah.
Because it's going to start looking really bad. I mean, you to present yourself after going AWOL for more than a decade as some, just
based on 1 year.
Right.
Yeah.
Just a little much. I mean,
so where are you now with FSU? They brought in Brock Glenn at the end. He went 0 for 4.
Didn't he say yesterday they're doing the quarterback change or no?
Oh, we did? I didn't see that.
Let me double check.
It's a small sample size with what we have. The weird thing is they were in that football game for a while and had every chance. I think what is stunning about FSU, I don't think anybody thought they were going to go 12.
I think it's more.
12-1, 11-2.
The quarterback change was in reference to happening in the game.
That's what I thought.
I don't think Brock Glenn is the answer.
No, I don't either. But what is stunning
is terrible, though.
Yeah, what is stunning is the precipitous fall to this FSU team now with, I believe, Clemson, undefeated Duke.
I'll tell you who it's great for. It's great for Miami. That Kane schedule gets easier and easier every week. There's nobody on it.
Oh, I know.
They go to Louisville. That's it. I mean, the rest of them are like FSU level.
But FSU's not beating Clemson. They may not beat Duke. They're not beating Miami. Carolina, maybe. Notre Dame, they're not beating. Charlie Southern, they will beat. And Florida.
As bad as Florida is, I say if they played right now, Florida would win. Maybe not in Tallahassee.
Yeah.
I was were you at least somewhat aware or encouraged, whatever the word is, that Texas only beat Mississippi State by about the same 20-24 that Florida did?
Okay.
Is it? No? I mean, I'm trying to grab at anything here.
Yeah. I thought, you know what I thought, though? I did watch a bit of the Colorado-UCF game, and I'm not saying this, and UCF will probably beat Florida this week. Okay. What's the line in the UCF-Florida
I'm guessing that Florida is the favorite.
I'm curious.
I'm going to say Florida 3.
But I thought this in watching UCF-Florida. I thought UCF's guys looked smaller and slower than Colorado's guys.
I was impressed. Listen, that's a show me a little bit. That's a nice
Colorado.
win.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot on them, and they're easy to turn on. Like they get those mouths going out there and talking like they're at a level that they're not. Well, they at least played for, a couple hours that night like that was their level.
Yeah.
Let me give you the...
I was asking you the UCF-Florida.
Yeah, I'm going to give you. Is that going to be a night game? Is that what we're doing?
7:45.
That's exciting. All right, let's search here. Here we go. Boom.
Just asking.
I'm going to say Florida 3. I'm usually decent at this.
All right.
Yeah, usually. Search.
Gators favored by 1.5.
Okay.
There you have it.
Down to one.
Yeah. Toss-up game. Oof.
Makes sense. One of them's, 3.
Yeah.
Anyway, I don't know. You got to beat at UCF. Listen, honestly,
we'll have Chris Doring tomorrow. We'll talk more
This is as bad an indictment, and we won't go down this path. I feel you.
Yeah.
This is as bad as an indictment you could ever have on Billy Napier that you're hosting UCF, and you got to keep your fingers crossed.
I think we get 904. I think we get indictments on Billy Napier every day. This weekend we got an indictment when one of their 4-star guys decided he's going to go to Syracuse and not Florida.
And that's the guy that went Syracuse, Florida, back to Syracuse. I'm pretty sure.
It doesn't matter. They're all going to end up going because Billy Napier's dead man walking. It doesn't matter.
It's going to be a rebuild for whoever takes over.
Florida's defensive total so far this year, they're 112th ranked. 112th.
Believable.
These are the numbers that we've posted the last 112, 70, 97, 38, 83. In 19, we were 10. These are what we used to post back starting in 16. 6, 6, 9, 8, 5, 8, 9, 4, 9. Those were the numbers defensively. It's just disgraceful.
Florida's known for the fun and gun in the offense, but really it's top-flight defense that all three, Florida State, Florida, and Miami, play when they're good.
Anyway,
top shelf.
We'll have Chris Doring tomorrow. We'll talk more Gator football. I just wanted to mention that. We turn back to the Jacksonville Jaguars and this 0-4 start. Now we know the reality is we're not going to the playoffs this year. There's only one team that's ever done it. I've seen no characteristic of this team to sit there and go, well, I wonder what they were thinking in 1992 with the San Diego Chargers. They
were thinking, we have Stan Humphries. It's never over. Maybe not.
Is that what they were thinking?
I will say this.
Uh-huh.
And none of these are qualifies.
I say something.
I'm not ready just to close up the shop and shutter it and see you next snow season. I'm not you and I get it. I get it, but I'm not ready. I'm going to hold on to any bastion of anything. And one thing I'll offer up, I don't know if we have enough statistical proof yet. The NFL has changed. I do think that moving forward, I think if you look 30 years from now, there will be an 0-4 team that makes the playoffs. Between the parity, the longer season, I don't think that 0-4 is the death sentence that it has been in the past. And for a bunch of reasons. For one, it's the quarterback play. Their quarterbacks are better now. Teams like terrible 0-4 teams used to not have a quarterback who was even capable.
The Chargers that year started with losses to Kansas City, at Denver. They lost to the Steelers to fall to 0-3, and then they lost at Houston. They lost those two games back-to-back, 23-6 and 27-0. So they were in worst case, way worse than we were. They were getting smoked. Then they came back and beat Seattle. They beat Indy. They beat Denver, and they beat the Colts. They got to 4-4. Then they lost to the Chiefs by 2 points, and then they proceeded to beat the Browns, the Bucks, the Raiders, the Cardinals, the Bengals, the Raiders, and the Seahawks to go 11-5.
Yeah, I don't see us winning 11 of the next 12.
No.
But I could see us getting a win this week, and let's just leave it at that. I guess that's my point.
Yeah.
I'm going to week to week. I'm going to treat each of these games their own individual thing because big picture, what's there to look at? And by the way, looking back 3 games doesn't matter anymore. The tale of, well, we could be 3-1, it doesn't matter. The tale of Trevor this, that, and the other. What did Trevor do yesterday? Yesterday didn't play enough for us to win a game.
Yeah.
For the first time, really, that I'm totally comfortable saying they lost because of him.
Yeah, 100%.
That's the only time. And again, there's a difference in not being the solution doesn't necessarily mean you're the problem. Yesterday we put a foot into the problem thing. You got to hit those big plays. I'm not gonna. I get it. When you lose, you bog down on everything. Mm-hmm. I keep up because I feel like I'm a defender sometimes, even watching a game as the negativity in my own home drowns me. But if you don't think that C.J. Stroud didn't have Collins streaking across the back of the end zone wide open and he threw it between the goalposts, it happens, is what I'm saying. You're going to miss 3rd and 1. You're going to have dumb throws. The problem is when you're losing and you have to hit every play, you can't miss those big ones.
Right.
Like no one would remember the 3rd and 1 if he hit those.
Right.
And those are inexcusable. Those you got the time, you got the call, you got it open, everything's there. That's on you. And he said I got to go back and look at it. What do you look at it? Don't throw it so hard. There you go. Save you some film room time.
A little more loft. E, I have 2 social media questions.
I'll let your boy.
E, I look to you for answers.
Particular answers.
I'm somewhat annoyed or wondering what is the deal on Twitter with these like italics that are thicker. Like
it's bold print.
Yeah, like it's bold print. What is that?
I've just recently noticed that as well. I
don't care about doing it. I'm not going to do it. Why are we doing it on some and not on others?
I think you have the ability. I don't think everyone has the ability. I want to say if you're verified, quote unquote, or have a certain number of followers.
You know what it screams to me? This better be better than anything else I've read today.
Right.
And it's not. So stop doing
That's a newer feature.
Okay.
I got to get down to the bottom of that.
All right, get to the bottom of that. The other thing is. Tom Brady.
Oh yeah,
he roasted Baker yesterday. Didn't you think?
Yeah, he got busy on Baker.
You know what? You know why?
Yeah, I know why.
Yeah, because Baker went on the podcast and typical Baker started running his mouth. He made it sound like the guys were relieved that he was the quarterback instead of that taskmaster Brady. And so Brady just kind of responded, yeah, I kind of think winning Super Bowls is important.
I thought stressful was not having Super Bowl rings. This ain't daycare. If I was going to have fun, I'd go to Disneyland with my kids. There's a way to approach this game, and it's with the right mindset to push your teammates.
It's a profession. That's fair. Guys, too much with all the money, you don't get to have all the fun, too.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's a job. That means doing it when you don't want to.
What he's saying is I worked much harder than you.
Yes, and he did.
Yeah,
and he did.
It was a obsession with Tom Brady. That's one reason why Tom Brady has the 7 Super Bowl rings. It was an obsession.
Yes, that's correct.
And if you're not on board, then get out.
And Baker Mayfield, let's be honest, is never going to win a Super Bowl. And part of it is that.
Well, yeah,
part of it is that thinking that that's a bonus to the locker room.
Yeah.
That the taskmaster, stress-inducing Tom Brady was gone, and happy-go-lucky, let's shotgun a beer Brady is here. No, not the answer. I have a question for you.
Please.
The top 33 NFL career rushing leaders.
Okay.
Top 33 are retired.
Okay.
Number 34 on the list is active. So first, who is the leading active rusher? And
leading active rusher.
The 34th, though, all time. Only 34th.
Derrick Henry.
It's Derrick Henry, who had a big game last night.
Mm-hmm.
If Derrick Henry plays the rest of his career and doesn't get to Fred Taylor, which he most likely won't, Taylor is 17th. just another feather in the cap. That Taylor sitting number 17 in a hole with everyone else around him as a Hall of Famer alone will get him in the next 5 years.
I hope so.
With everyone coming in. If you got the top 40 rushers all time and every one of them is in the Hall except 17, number 17 on the list, it has to be rectified. There is no objective argument against it. Now, I don't know if the rest of those, the top 33, they're not all in the Hall. Fred's got guys around him, Steven Jackson, Corey Dillon. He's got guys around him that aren't in. I think everyone ahead of him is, though. Isn't that the number? Everyone on the career rushing list ahead of Fred Taylor.
Except the ones who aren't eligible.
Right, who are going to get in.
No,
Adrian Peterson's in the one. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. What was the question? Just Derrick Henry? Is he a Hall of Famer?
No, it's just if Derrick Henry doesn't pass Fred Taylor, Derrick Henry's going to be a Hall of Famer.
Correct.
He could retire today and he's getting in the Hall of Fame.
I would think so.
And I don't know how many yards he has, but I know I don't care if he's 34th. That'll harken back to a day where maybe he didn't play. And maybe he's up from. By the way, he had so many last night. He may have jumped a couple of dudes.
Leads the NFL rushing again.
Yeah, and he led last year.
He had 199 last night. Mm-hmm. Don't you give him 200?
Were they aware?
Had to be. They're always aware. He's gone back-to-back 151, 191, 99
That's
rather.
A perfect setup. We knew it all along.
He's got 480 yards. He's averaging 6 per carry. He's got
it'd be fun to be a Ravens
touchdowns.
fan. Although if you're a Ravens fan, you'd be miserable that you can't win the big one.
Well,
and the complaining we do about Trevor, guess what they did last January? They said it all about Lamar, the MVP. That's the business, man. I don't feel sorry. I don't feel the need to take up for any player that's not playing like he's supposed to.
And the idiot Titans, his first 2 years, didn't use him enough. 110 and 176.
Yeah.
And 215. Then he said, you know what? He's pretty good. 303, 378.
What was that, DeMarco Murray? Who was that?
Yeah, it was DeMarco. He was splitting carries with DeMarco.
Yeah.
And guess what? He's better than
That was an
DeMarco.
error.
You heard me right.
It's another bold statement by you today. Really stepping out there. That Brady's better than Mayfield.
You're damn right he is. Marco Murray was good.
Did you watch any of the?
Apparently, Anthony Richardson escaped major injury. He's got a hip pointer. I don't know what that means.
It means it's pointing now. It's pointing out.
Yeah.
It's what kept him out yesterday. I would imagine if I'm the Colts, I'm going to take advantage of getting to sit the guy that can't win football games and play the other one out of, quote, injury concern.
Recovery time for a hip pointer can vary. Typically takes 1 to 3 weeks.
Yeah. This was just going to show what the Colts really think. They're 2-2 now, and I imagine, like the rest of the world, feel like, at least for this individual week, they have a better chance of winning with Flacco than Richardson. That's a tough spot to be in.
Yeah.
When you have drafted a quarterback that you're committed to be your franchise quarterback, yet you really feel like his backup is better than him.
Yeah.
He would win.
Yeah.
And so if you're and as a Jag fan, who do you want to face next week, Richardson or Flacco? I'd rather face Richardson.
Yeah.
Especially with a hip pointer, which takes away any kind of running ability. He hurt it, by the way, on a run. Took a helmet on the hip as he was, on some 15-yard run at some point of the game. I ended up watching quite a bit of the President's Cup on Thursday, Friday, where it ended up being 5-5, and then didn't watch much this weekend, but the Americans pulled away and won pretty easy, I saw.
Easy.
Like the biggest one ever. They've won 10 in a row, and this was like the biggest margin ever. So nice job, Internationals. Way to play hard.
Joe told us they brought back Henry for a meaningless series late in the game. He's at 195. They gave him 3 carries. He got 4 yards.
Okay, well, then that's fair. Then they did try and get him.
That's fair.
What y'all think about the unsportsmanlike by BTJ?
They messed up. They thought he was doing a gun. He was doing the first down signal, and everyone does it.
His fingers were pointing like a gun, but the thing is, it was done.
That's what they
right.
do, though.
Everyone does it. It was a joke.
They always have 2 out, even on the first down.
Well, later in the game, Nico did the same thing, but
somebody did the very next play.
But I also think, by the way, I saw Alan Lazard do it on the ground like this, and they gave him a penalty.
I didn't think. Here's the difference, okay? And I could be wrong.
Now, if they've told him, though, he can't do that.
I guess you're missing my point. I don't think he was doing a gun.
Yeah.
Now, it may be his. I think he was saying first down. That's what I think.
Well, he does it all the time.
Right, he does it all the time.
But and those guys, who does it with 5? Nobody does it. Y'all watch from now on. Watch the guy get up in first down. He doesn't go 5 fingers like a 60-year-old rep. They put the fingers out there.
They always
That's
do
right.
the fingers.
If you're going to shoot somebody, then it's got to be this. You ready?
You know what I would do, E?
It's got to move.
Palm down.
Palm down.
Oh,
Dan would,
dear.
Dan would get suspended immediately for palm down,
dear.
Palm
which
down.
he should be. I didn't think Brian Thomas Jr. was doing a gun mimic. I thought that was weak. And if somebody had just asked, I'd be happy to tell you. No, sir, I was just saying first down.
They're so lost. Like, where do they find out? You know when guys lift up their shirts? Yeah. Have y'all seen that? Where do they find out what that means? Wait till they find out.
Oh, does it mean something?
Oh, yeah.
Because I saw the Mississippi State guy doing it, and I got annoyed. I said, can we stop showing off our abs?
No, that's not what they're doing.
Oh, okay.
It's like they're lifting up their shirt to show you that they have a gun.
Oh.
That's what that is,
yeah,
huh?
That's what it is like. I'm strapped.
I've seen that in college
with this gun
more.
culture, dude? Gosh, it's scary. I mean, that's just like I don't get it, man. It's strange. I mean, it just doesn't make you. I mean, what that's like saying. I don't know. It's like, all right, tank culture. I got a tank now. I'll run over everyone's car. What? That makes me tough. I don't.
You know what? You know what fans love from coaches?
What's that?
Fire on the sidelines when they show fire. And one of the positives for Alabama was Kalen DeBoer on that. There was a PI, and he lost his mind with those refs. I mean, the guy just bowled over the Alabama receiver, and it was definitely PI, and he went nuts and just yelling, and that's Sabanish, and they love that.
Winner, Bama.
Yeah,
they went and got a guy. Don't forget. I know he kept Milroe. Bama lost a lot. A lot of those dudes hauled butt when they changed coaches. They went for greener pastures somewhere.
Just fine,
and he's just fine. That guy can coach, can he?
And he's got a great quarterback.
And now, and here's the thing with Bama: it's so important that this guy hits like this because then they'll immediately recruit. It recruits itself. So you won't, the only thing you had to do was not come go 8-4, not come give inroads to Georgia and Tennessee and Auburn and LSU and Florida in recruiting. Just come in, go 10-2, make the playoff, and you have your pick of whoever you want.
One more thing from the NFL that I saw that bothers me a little bit, and I heard people talking about this. Aaron Rodgers lost to the Broncos. They should have never lost that game. They missed a kick at the end.
Did Sean Payton point to our guy maybe at the end? Maybe he wasn't? Yeah.
I don't know. Anyway, but I didn't see the end. I just heard about it. But anyway, they kept getting called for. You know one of Aaron Rodgers' strengths is he gets guys to jump. Yeah, he's great at it. And so Saleh comes out and says, "Well, maybe we shouldn't be doing that because they kept the Jets kept." If you're a professional football player,
stupid.
Can you not learn how to? And you're supposed to quote work on this. If it's on 2, you go on 2.
Right.
What are you doing?
Aaron Rodgers has been doing this. I heard, I was watching.
It bothered me that
Hasselbeck, it bothered
Why are we scaling things back?
Well, the Hasselbeck said the same thing. It bothered him, too. I said, so the idea is to take a tool out of the toolbox? No, let's just use it right.
Right.
I mean, the Packers have been doing this for years. It's an advantage. It gets the defense on their heels. If your big, oafish, dumb A offensive lineman can't watch the football till it's snapped, that's on them. So, yeah, but they had 3 or 4 of them yesterday.
This is the drill.
Good drives bring more points. Randy Marion Cadillac of Jacksonville brings you the drive of the game.
Great job.
On 1010XL. Drive to the game in luxury with Randy Marion Cadillac of Jacksonville.
Frank Frangie here. It's time for Bravo Days, Jacksonville's only Car Bravo certified sales event at Nimnik Buick GMC. Now, for a limited time, enjoy rates as low as 1.9% APR or $500 in down payment assistance on Car Bravo certified vehicles at Nimnik. Now is the time to shop certified used vehicles and buy with confidence at Nimnik Buick GMC. Shop online at nimnikbuickgmc.com. GMC, we are professional grade.
Hey, it's one of life's most important decisions. If you're 18 years or older, you just got married, just got divorced, you have children, of course you want to take care of your family. That's why I'm here to tell you about Matt Hinson and the Hinson Law Firm. Matt's the attorney, but both of us want to know, have you guys done your last will? It's probably something you don't want to think about, you don't want to do, but it's something you need to do. Get it out of the way. Why? There's a number of reasons. First off, you want to get all that you've worked for to the people that you love. It also helps minimize income, gift, and estate taxes. Matt Hinson's your guy. He'll listen and help you with some tough choices. He will provide you the info needed so you're at ease. The Hinson Law Firm. You got questions, reach out to Maddie. 904-527-1700. That's 904-527-1700. Office is Jacksonville, Florida. And don't let the state decide your fate.
Football fans fans, huddle up. Make Best Bet St. Augustine your game day headquarters. We're serving up the ultimate viewing experience with all the big games on our massive screens, mouth-watering food specials till 2 a.m., drink deals to keep your spirits high, and we're open till 4 in the morning for post-game celebrations. Ante up for your team and score big at Best Bet St. Augustine this football season. For the play-by-play on our game day specials, visit bestbetjacks.com. That's bestbetjacks.com. Best Bet St. Augustine, where every fan leaves a champion.
The Drill from the studios at Republic Services. We'll handle it from here.
You don't have to be a football star to get a signing bonus. The team at Republic Services needs your skills, and they're paying up to $5,000 for you to join the roster. You'll be joining a winner. As an essential business, the Republic Services trucks have not stopped rolling with hourly and weekly pay and better benefits and vacation packages than the rest of the league. Driver trainees, $1,000 sign-on bonus. CDL drivers, $3,000. Diesel mechanics, $5,000 bonus. Join the winning team at Republic Services today. Visit republicservices.com.
Equal opportunity employer.
It's time to take it back to the 90s, Jags fans. Be at the bank Sunday, October 6th, as we debut our Prowler throwback jerseys against the Colts and induct legendary head coach Tom Coughlin into the pride of the Jaguars at halftime. Kickoff is set for 1 p.m. You're not going to want to miss this matchup. Lock in your seats now by going to jaguars.com/tickets or call 904-633-2000.
Bueller Air and Plumbing presents Are You Cool?
Today's contestant, a dust bunny breeder from Jacksonville, Florida, meet Steve Johnson.
Welcome to the show, Steve. It's great to be here, Alex.
Yeah, you don't have to answer it in the form of a question, Steve.
What is this game show?
See, that's another question.
Are you going to ask me about air conditioners?
Yeah, okay. How about we just send the Bueller guys over and you can annoy them with all your questions? Johnny?
That's right, Steve. Bueller Air and Plumbing can answer all your air conditioning questions, repair options, replacement models, and how to make your AC last longer while saving electricity, making sure you are cool.
Where is the parking lot?
You're killing me, Steve.
Stay cooler with Bueller.
Visit BuellerAir.com.
Get closer to nature.
Trying to get close to these bucks out here.
Jeff Lageman, Captain Kevin Favor, and Captain Kirk Waltz. The Nimnicht Outdoor Show. Presented by Duck Duck Rooter Plumbing, Septic, and Air Conditioning. Saturday morning 7 to 10 on 1010XL. 1010XL is presented by Farrah & Farrah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
All right, we're back. Just real quick, because I know none of you care. But they've asked me for my official statement on my New York Knicks.
Oh, they
made a big trade over the weekend, brought in Karl Anthony Towns for Julius Randle and DiVincenzo. It's good and bad. I like it. I like it for a couple reasons. One, we lost Hartenstein. We need a big man. Two, he's the best shooting big man of all time, arguably. Cat is. Three, we went pretty far without Julius last year, and so now we've added Bridges and Cat and just lost DiVincenzo. So I think that's a positive. And four, and most importantly, all these guys are kind of locked up for the next 3 years. So we're going to sink or swim with this group, and we'll go see if we can win a world championship. I think we're capable of it. Julius needs the ball. Brunson needs the ball. Cat can pick and roll. Julius don't want to pick and roll.
I think what
overall,
I think what concerns me, and doesn't concern me because I'm not a Knicks fan.
Yeah.
I think the danger from the outside in, looking at your team, and it's your team, from the outside in, they seem to kind of have this blue collar culture.
Yes.
Karl Anthony Towns is the opposite of blue collar culture.
Correct.
He's a problem.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, it's been documented, from shooting threes at the end of games to get to just chase points, and he's a little more diva than anybody you've had on your team. So upsetting that, I guess, from a pure talent standpoint and from presenting the best overall. I mean, you know how important DiVincenzo was to y'all last year,
but he wanted more playing time, and
it
wasn't going
to come.
Give
it to him. Where's it not come? I mean, he's not your sixth guy. Who is?
Well, it'll
Bridges taking the minutes.
Yeah, Bridges will take.
Yeah,
a lot
but he's
of that.
a starter.
Yeah, but still, it's just he pushes them
I
down.
hear ya.
And
I think it's
Deuce
one
will
of
be
the-
fine.
I think it's one of those where pure talent, yeah, you're better, but it feels like you won't win as many games. That's what it feels like on not being a Knicks fan.
Yeah.
Because that blue collar, grind you down, play defense, little engine that could, to now, all-star players and just adding that dimension, which they haven't had. That ego, because Towns is that guy, right?
Yeah, Towns.
Cat's he's a diva. He's a star and thinks he's a star.
He's a little soft.
Yeah.
And he hasn't been great in the playoffs. Those are a couple of the negatives about him.
But I mean, listen, if I'm the Knicks, I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
I'm saying that's my concern. I'm not saying I wouldn't
And the last thing I'll say about it, and then we'll move on because that's what we do.
The Hawks have been in Karl Anthony Town conversations more than once the last few years.
The GM, in this particular case, deserves our trust and support just because he's done a lot of good things.
Right.
He's got New York basketball relevant again.
Yeah,
so
that's fair.
We'll see.
More, beyond again.
Yes.
For first time in a while.
Yes. So anyway, that's my thought on the trade for Karl.
Yeah, and I'm glad you brought that up because I did, caught my eye, but that's the thing. It's a rapid departure from who you were. Like, I don't know if Towns fits with Tibbs. That seems like an odd pair.
Well, they were together before, and they didn't fit great.
There you go. That's right. Tibbs was in Minnesota.
Now,
Forget about it.
But
Tibbs has to approve that deal.
He did. They worked it out. But they were at odds for a while. Yeah. LMAO, keep blaming Trevor when we could have won that game if the coaches decided to run the ball.
Yeah, no. This is not the week for that, Googans. I'm the king of the wall, man. I'm
Yeah.
on the wall for you.
Yeah.
Tony's on the wall. Guys are on the wall.
Oh, yeah.
So, but this is not the day.
You look foolish when you say stuff like that.
And I'm not
today.
Yes, and I'm right.
Yes.
That's
and by the way,
there's
most
no
of the
excuses yesterday. A lot of weeks there are. It doesn't
Right.
mean even those weeks with excuses, there are guys that would have won.
Yeah.
I mean, these are realities you got to deal with. So yeah, you do put that one on Trevor yesterday because they gave him a lot more opportunities with clean pucks. And I will say this in fairness because I do know that we dwell on those misses when you lose and you have to have them. For much of yesterday too, it did look better. He was taking a step. He was zinging mid-range balls. He's not hitting those deep ones.
Yeah.
And they got to, maybe now you're no longer allowed to spin out and roll left because everybody and their mother knows that's what's coming, and now they're just waiting on you. This spin out of trouble to the left move has got to go.
Yeah.
It's
spun
terrible.
right into a sack
Run
or two.
different ways
Yeah.
or step up and take a sack. And I
they
get
got
it.
that figured out.
I get where he is. You're losing. You're criticized no matter what you do, right? You're criticized for taking too many sacks. You're criticized for throwing it and turning it over. I mean, the guy's got one turn, and here's the reality of football and how hard it is, right? You felt like this. If I told you this through 4 games, Trevor Lawrence would have 1 pick and 0 fumbles. What kind of year do you think he'd be having?
I know. You would have been great.
Right.
You would have been thrilled.
So he's, and again, don't think that they're not immune. He hasn't heard that all off season. Protect the ball, protect the ball, protect the ball. It just couldn't go any worse. Again, though, back to your point, today's not that day. No, yesterday he was a big reason why they lost. That hasn't always been the case. He hasn't always been the solution, but he hadn't been the problem. Yesterday's a problem. It's a problem if you got to hit those deep shots that are open when everything goes according to plan. And he had good time on both of them, able to step up in the pocket on both of them. Got to hit them. Got to hit them if you want to win. You feel like, others could or would. At the end of the day, Dan, there's 60 schmoes in the NFL with clipboards that can miss it. You miss the throws, you're no different than C.J. Beathard.
You know what a great GM does, Jeffrey?
I will let you know when I have one.
A great GM identifies Derrick Henry, gives him $8 million, looks up and sees that McCaffrey, Kamara, Taylor, Barkley, Josh Jacobs, Ramondre Stevenson, Joe Mixon are making more than you. And you lead the NFL in rush. And by the way,
Henry seemed happy to take it.
A bad GM lets him leave his current team and replaces him with Tony Pollard.
He seemed happy to take it, too.
Yeah.
Like that was okay for him.
He got a 2-year, $16 million
deal. I wonder what kind of, you don't see Derrick Henry all over the endorsements. He has cropped up from time to time.
He's been in a few.
I don't feel like he's making a bunch of money doing it, though.
No.
That's that good old Yulee background. That's enough. I got $16 million for 2 years. Let me go run through the league and by the way, the way he's going, he's going to get another couple.
And by the way, How would Dallas be if they had signed Derrick Henry, where he was allegedly?
We couldn't afford him. That's
couldn't
what he told
afford
him.
him.
We couldn't afford him.
Yeah,
we got to pay these other guys who, by the way, we still haven't paid.
Well, we paid 2 of them, but yeah. All right, we'll take a break. We'll come back, maybe do some New York City headlines or whatnot, play around here. This is The Drill on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
The Drill on 1010XL. From the studios of Republic Services, we'll handle it from here.
Hi, this is Dale Murray with Murray Automotive Group in Stark and Kingsland. Save yourself from those big city dealers and their fast-talking flim-flam tactics. No matter what your automotive need is, we've got you covered. Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and nobody beats our prices, and I mean nobody. Shazam! Plus our exclusive 15-year, 150,000-mile warranty included on every qualified vehicle. And we'll trade anything from AirPods to fishing rods. Compare our prices online at ShazamAuto.com. Then come see me, Dale Murray. I'll be waiting for you. Shazam.
Hey, imagine having a doctor available to you any day or any time. That's what Dr. Rick Townsend does. He's been my doctor for a long time, decades, and he's decided to take a leap into a new and exciting, more personal world of medicine, concierge medicine. I'm going with him. You know why? Because sometimes when you're not feeling well, you need an appointment. You can't get one for a couple weeks. Doc T will get in right away. You got a medical emergency, here's Doc T's personal phone number. He gets right back to you 7 days a week. He's got less people so he can practice medicine more. Think of it like being a member of an exclusive golf club, but the cost will surprise you. And he's one of the best physicians around. Navy trained, graduated from Wake Forest. I tell you, I speak from experience. So whether it's yearly physicals, office or virtual visits, cancer screenings, referrals to specialists, or hospital follow-ups, Doc T's got you covered. Just go to mypvconcierge.com, mypvconcierge.com, and find out all the information that you need to.
They're out to test our reputation as the best plumber in Jacks, so we gotta play like the experts we are. Now, who are we? Now that's what a winner sounds like.
Customers always win with Roland Reach Plumbing at plumberinjacks.com.
Post-Game Monday on 1010XL is brought to you by Dandy Foods, makers of quality fresh sandwiches and home of the good stuff.
Summer is here, which means it's time for road trips and family vacations. Frank Frangie here. Before you hit the road, make sure your car can handle the heat with a visit to Big Chief Tire. Their expert technicians will ensure your vehicle can handle the summer heat. From tire checks to AC services. Avoid the stress of a breakdown and travel with confidence. Visit BigChiefTire.com or call 904-932-0950 to schedule your summer checkup today. Big Chief Tire keeps Jacks rolling.
DivorceMenOnly.com. This is Kenny Lay of Kenny Lay & Associates. Our firm specializes in representing men in family law. That's all we do. That's our only focus. We can help with all of your family law needs, such as divorce, custody, alimony, and child support. For over a decade, we have helped thousands of men with these types of issues. We even have an appellate division ready to challenge a judge's ruling. If you need a family law attorney, go to DivorceMenOnly.com. DivorceMenOnly.com. Offices, Jacksonville.
Daly's Dash is not only your Jaguars game day stop, but a great place to grab a meal any day of the week. To honor the Jags and the fans, we've crafted the Duval Sub. The Duval comes with freshly sliced turkey, ham, melted cheddar, and habanero jack cheese, topped with crisp lettuce, fresh tomatoes, and a double portion of our secret sauce, all served on a fresh roll. Come by your local's Daly's Dash today to get your delicious Duval Sub. Daly's is the official convenience store sponsor of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Hey, Hicken here for America's #1 daily fantasy sports app with more than 5 million active members. It's Prize Picks. And it's fun. And all you got to do is pick more or less on 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6 player stat projections. And then watch the winnings roll in right now until September's over. Go play today. One Caleb Williams passing yard gets you a win on Prize Picks. And when my picks hit, which they usually do, I get my money in as quick as 15 minutes. Why? Because Prize Picks puts their members first, so all withdrawals, fast, safe, and secure. Make Sunday fun day like I do by playing Prize Picks. Download the app and use code JAX, that's J-A-X, and get $50 instantly when you play 5. That's code JAX on Prize Picks. You get $50 instantly when you play $5. You don't even need to win to receive the $50 bonus. It is guaranteed. Prize Picks, run your game.
This date in sports history is brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
On September 30th, 1980, Oakland outfielder Ricky Henderson sets American League stolen base record with his 9th in the A's 5-1 win over the Chicago White Sox.
Sports fans, JJ LaSalva here. When I need to send my bride flowers or a plant for birthdays or anniversaries, I always go with Kuhn Flowers. After all, they've been the leading florist in these parts for over 75 years. You can always rely on Kuhn Flowers.
This is Dr. Kevin Kaplan, head team physician for your Jacksonville Jaguars. Here's the latest update on the Jags, brought to you by Baptist Health and JOI.
Jaguars head coach Doug Peterson on the message to the team at 0-4.
Just tell them we got to keep working, keep fighting. A lot of football ahead of us. You know, it's not time to start pointing fingers and just got to improve.
Peterson was asked in the postgame if he should take over play calling from Press Taylor.
For what? I thought he called a great game. We, as coaches, we can't go out there and make the plays, right? It's a two-way street. So, you know, you guys can sit here and point the finger all you want, and that's fine. Point it right at me. I can take it. Okay? I can take it. Whatever you want to ask me, say, whatever, right, go ahead.
Does Peterson worry about his job status at 0-4?
My status? No.
I'm Andrew Gibson with your Jacksonville Orthopedic Institute Jaguars update.
1010XL is presented by Farrah & Farrah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
Now the cool down with Donovan Air, Electric and Plumbing. Keeping Jack's cool since 87.
You know, Hick, it's amazing.
That is.
I'm going to cool down on something we didn't really talk about today, but imagine if there was some big... And we see them every year. We sit down here in the comfy confines of the state of Florida, and we watch these Midwestern and northern cities deal with blizzards in the winter, right? 3 or 4 times this year, there'll be this incredible winter storm watch up there, and the weather, you know, Cantori will go up like there's a hurricane. Never, ever, ever does the blizzard decide, I'm going to take a right, and I'm going to hit Florida. And dump, and I mean, by that, I mean, and then dump like 14 inches of snow and 3 days of freezing temperatures. But really, that's what, you know, our storm like that is the hurricane. And we know what to do. We know how to deal with it. It stinks, but we ride it out.
Right.
Never does the hurricane go, like, wipe out other states in the middle of the country.
Right.
There's a lot of people in Jacksonville that have vacation in the Asheville, Boone, North Carolina area. You run up there and you do a little ski-in.
Great place.
Up at Highlands and Cashiers. People have retired.
Well, you go to the Biltmore up there in Asheville, and it's beautiful.
This
hurricane
blew up through there, and it destroyed. Like if you've vacationed up there, look at the roads. Like these county and state roads that we've all driven on when you've gone to North Carolina are literally washed away. It looks like settler times. It looks like 1600s. It's crazy.
We had some friends up in Tennessee and they came home. I think it took them 17 hours just to navigate.
Bridges are out.
Yeah.
I mean, not bridges. Roads are out. I mean, like disintegrated. Like you're taking. I saw one video. A guy's taking a GPS and he's following where the road used to be, even though he doesn't see a road.
And the water has receded now, so you're seeing all this damage, and it's horrifying. It was weird. I guess just the deluge of water fell into the mountain and caused flooding, and
it kept like the winds that you never see there with that kind of rain. We get that rain and wind together. They don't get that rain and wind together. They can get one or the other.
Yeah.
And so I think that the winds also kind of led to the instability of just that terrain and oof.
Well, we got a doubleheader today at 1:10. That's just 3 hours away, and we just both would like a win.
Yeah, I would gladly give you one, friend, and not because I'm feeling generous. I just want to get in, and I'm glad we get in. We go our separate ways. We never see each other again.
There's no
advantage for one or the other.
You have to go to San Diego if you get
in. There's nothing to be played here.
The only way we could meet would be the NLCS, which
That's
would
correct.
be the all-time irony.
Yes.
If somehow we both split, and then we'll have
I'll take it right now.
Kenny Rogers throw out the first pitch, but he'll probably miss the catcher.
I'll take it right now, but I don't see us getting past the Dodgers and Phillies. I don't see us getting past our first round.
We just beat the Phillies 3 out of 4.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Okay. You get the.
They don't want us.
I get the. I get the Dodgers. You get the Phillies.
Yeah, you go West Coast.
I got to be honest. And Philly fan, record this right now and play it back for me. I'd rather play the Dodgers than the Phillies just based on the success we've had of late.
Okay.
Like, we've lost a couple playoff series. We've done okay against the Dodgers.
Yeah, most people think the Phillies are the best team in the National League this year. A little bit ahead of the Dodgers.
Because of the pitching.
Yeah. And they feel like those two are the two teams.
But they won't.
To beat.
Either the Padres, Mets, Brewers, or Braves will be in the NLCS. I'll bet you right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I would take that. So.
And in the American League, again, it'll be fun. It's
wide
open.
They're all the same.
It is wide open.
I cannot find an American League team that I would be.
Who does Detroit get first? Cleveland?
Cleveland has a break. I think Cleveland has a bye.
Yeah, is it Houston?
Yes, it's Houston, Detroit.
All right, imagine Houston, who's finds ways to the ALCS 6 or 7 years in a row. But you're going to, in a best of 3, you're going to get the best pitcher in the American League to face you in the first game.
That's fair.
It's tough.
But I'm jacked for the season just from the standpoint of, well, hold on. Yeah, so. Yeah, it'll be Kansas City, Baltimore. Yeah. Kansas City's a mess right now. We lost 1 to them, but they've only won 4 of their last 10. Their pitching ain't
Baltimore
great.
hadn't played well either.
No, that's fair too. But they've rallied a bit. They 7 of their last 10.
Okay.
They finished with 3 in a row, so no 100 wins teams in Major League Baseball. We can call
and the White Sox
call it a year.
Rallied hard. They set the record for losses, but
41. They didn't have the fewest wins.
Yeah, they had the most losses, but not because it was the Mets were 40 and 120. The White Sox are 41 and 121. Oof, it tells you how bad the team has to be.
Who's the second? Who would you think has the second worst record
in baseball?
Second fewest wins. That's correct. The White Sox have the fewest with 41. Second fewest has 61 wins, which is still terrible.
They lost
61 and 101.
Was it the Marlins?
The Marlins went 62 and 100.
Okay.
So they were third.
Their manager's out, by the way. He'll be in demand.
Yeah, he's not a bad skip.
They like him.
They got a bad deal down there.
They did. Rockies?
Yeah, it's the Rockies.
Okay.
61 and 101.
Yeah, the Chris Bryant signing didn't work.
And Ron Washington, not quite that Braves mojo. He went 63 and 99 with the Angels.
I think I read this. That's their worst record in franchise history, which
it
is
might
hard
be
to
time
believe.
to let him go. It was nice to give Ron a chance after, car washing his career. Yeah, go back. We'll take him.
All right, let's crank up some music. Let's do some New York City headlines.
And he brings the good Bam Bam.
By the way, they're brought to you by our friend Dr. Rick Townsend, mypvconcierge.com. Take a new leap into a great world of medicine where he can help you directly. Chief star gets brutal injury news, carted off following Patrick Mahomes' collision.
You know what? Here's what I say, and here's what the Chiefs do. Hold my beer. I'll see you at the Super Bowl. I don't care if they don't have Hollywood Brown or Rasheed Rice or Isaiah Pacheco. They still got Andy Reid and Mahomes.
Football feud. Horrific brawls break out at NFL game as fan stomps on another's head in ugly scene.
I'm guessing either Las Vegas or Southern California.
Atlanta, New Orleans.
Really?
Yeah.
Blood feud.
Barbara Streisand.
In the stadium?
Yeah.
What's wrong with people, man?
He's stomping this guy.
We need to check ourselves as a society, dude.
Don't
it's
fight.
Evil. That's evil. That's not fighting. Yeah. If you stomp another man's head, you're an evil person.
Barbara Streisand mourns her A Star Is Born co-star Chris Christopherson.
Yeah, I saw that he died.
He was something special. 88.
Yeah. Chris Christopherson was a stud back in the day. Just ask the ladies. Hello, ladies.
Terry Bradshaw's bizarre accent befuddles Fox NFL co-hosts.
Yeah, I guess I'd have to be watching. Did he try and use one? Or
A record scratch. Pop star brags about how I got the mayor indicted during Madison Square Garden show.
Don't care about the pop star or the mayor, and so she can GTH. And
60 Minutes reporter makes curious comment about WNBA Caitlin Clark breakthrough.
Well, I'm sure it's some ridiculous conspiracy theory of how she's not as great as she is, which is, by the way, already top 5 in the league.
Jason Sudeikis begs persistent fans to stop scaring him while asking for autographs. I'm a human being.
Yeah, shut up. These light in the loafer actors, these sissy boys. I mean, good grief, dude. That's why I like The Rock and Cena. I like real people. All these other 5'8", air sprayed up guys, man, just go away.
Devastating toll. 1,000 people unaccounted for in North Carolina County hit hardest by Helene. At least 30 confirmed dead.
I mean, they just literally washed away Mayberry. I mean, it's bad.
Long Island man brutally beat, stabbed pal to death after boozy night in the Hamptons before texting handyman come clean up the scene.
Again, man. Just kill people around like nothing around here?
Star quarterback has helmet smashing sideline meltdown during loss.
Don't know who the quarterback is. Yeah. He also hurt his ankle yesterday.
You got to believe Mets escaping final doubleheader with playoff spot will help fans expecting the worst.
Well, hey, you got a little bit of company in Atlanta. They're nervous down there also.
Good luck, babe.
Do you feel like you're winning a game?
I'm hopeful.
Yeah. I didn't answer the question. He avoided the question.
I don't know. Good luck, babe. SNL slammed for abhorrent Chapel Roan skit as series star Bowen Yang speaks out. I don't know what to tell you.
I happened to switch it over, and he's dressed up like a hippopotamus. That show is so into itself, it's gross. That's like some sort of cult of weirdness.
It takes a village. Jogger goes viral after concerned neighbor asks if she's okay. An uplifting caught on video encounter.
So now that's where we are as a society, by the way. If you generally do something nice, it's newsworthy.
We're out of time. We got a lot more.
A lot more of the murders and stabs and beatings than checking if your neighbor's okay. Let's try that for like a week. Let's try check on your neighbor for a week. You in? That's like 1 week. Let's look out instead of in. Just for a week.
I'm down.
That's 1 week. Let's don't look in a mirror.
Okay.
Be fun. Go Mets, buddy. Good luck tonight.
I'd really like to split.
I would 100% take a split.
I'd really like to win the first one and not have to deal with it. Just be happy.
Well, of course.
That doesn't usually work in my Mets world.
Also,
by the way, what about us? We're playing a 3-game series with you, and we get one pitcher twice.
Yeah, Schwellenbach. He pitched good. I don't like that. If we're going to get one twice, I wish it had been Sale. It does behoove, but there is one extra thing at play, although if you get to that second game, you're not even going to care. But whoever wins game 1 does get to keep a fresh ace for game 2.
Yes.
That's
probably the biggest positive.
Sale hasn't pitched since the 19th.
Do you think there was anything wrong or anything?
I don't. I just think it happens to work out because he was going to pitch on Wednesday.
Yeah, but
he was going to pitch.
Yeah, that's 11 days.
Yeah, but I'm saying he was going to pitch, and now you're to this point. They just want to pitch him. They want to have him for they're not winning this. Any chance of winning that road series against a team as good as San Diego, you can't pitch Morton and Grant Holmes. So to hold him just and they still have that alive. It'll end up being a good move if they win game 1. And if they don't win game 1, is it going to matter? Can you go to San Diego with your 3rd and 4th starters and win? And by the way, your 3rd and 4th starters on less rest?
Yeah.
Fried is actually okay for 2. This is going to, if the Braves can win game 1, and again, I'll give you game 2. If the Braves can win game 1, they're going to have Sale Fried 1 and 2 at San Diego.
Well, that's all you could ask
and
for.
So I think that's why they ran that risk and why, for the most part, it played out. Gosh, I wish they'd have won last night.
Before we turn it over, one other thing I want to say about Derrick Henry, because everybody was amazed how he burst and ran past everybody. He's 250 pounds. I'm going to tell you how he did it. You know how he did it?
How did he do it?
Because that Yulee dude works his ass off.
Yeah, he works hard off season.
He trains like nobody else.
What he puts in his body, all of that.
Thank you. He puts chains around his neck. I've told this story before, but I know in high school.
2 chains. I see what you did there.
In high school, he was pushing trucks around that track at Yulee.
Yeah.
He was. I mean, this kid trains and trains and trains, and that's why he did it. That's why he burst through a hole. He got a fast start, and the defensive backs could not catch him.
He was literally pulling away from the defense.
Could not catch him.
And by the way, this isn't 23-year-old.
No, 30-year-old.
Henry. This is 30-year-old, who also I just looked up, and they've readjusted the numbers at Bama. When he was at Bama, a lot of people don't realize this. He carried it 3,412 times. So, I mean, he came into the league with some baggage.
He did.
Now, the 2-minute drill, brought to you by Injury Care Centers. Discover BioTarget Regenerative Therapy, a safer drug-free solution for lasting pain relief. Visit GoBioTarget.com.
I thought we instructed you to get us a win.
Me? Oh, I'm in charge.
Yes.
All right. I'm sorry I dropped the ball then. Nope.
Oof.
I failed.
0-4.
0-4.
I don't blame you. So if that helps you feel any better.
Thank you. At least one person here.
Not at all. I got so much blame I can hand out before I get to Mike Dempsey. I'm not going to saddle that poor guy with that. He didn't have anything to do with it.
I mean, this is so on Trevor yesterday.
Oh, yeah. That was
plays he left on the field.
Yeah, the first one that you really said, okay, not the solution. Maybe that's kind of the part of the problem today.
The problem, yeah.
I mean, he did not play well.
And I went back and rewatched a lot of it.
Why?
You know, it's not just because
I'm kidding.
You know,
I'm kidding.
I mean, it's not just the BTJ overthrow. That's 6, man. You got to hit that. Play.
Kirk, they had 2 of those,
right? But he overthrew Kirk several other times as well. And I know that first one of Kirk, like the second play of the game.
Yeah.
A little bit of a tough angle, I think.
Yeah.
But
well, and he also is that the one he got under the chin?
Maybe.
No, that was the one that he kind of threw it like the corner route.
It was like an out.
No, that's a different
left.
one. Yeah, it's
and,
different.
You know, but Brenton Strange is catching one, like doing acrobatics,
that's true.
you know, to catch a ball.
You know what? That's also a good point. They dove and caught a couple. He could have been 15 at 33 if you're not careful.
They did, and yet at one point, the numbers, Trevor and C.J. Stroud were almost identical, like in the middle of the game.
Yeah.
Like, how is this possible? My eyes are deceiving me. But
got to get him right. That's job one.
You know that, you're missing your top 2 linebackers. No excuse. I'm just reality.
Sure.
Right? So middle of the field's open.
Yeah.
Nobody can stay within an area code of Nico Collins.
Yeah. Then they can't get to the passer. This guy Stroud had 8 seconds back there.
Oh man! And the times they got their hands on him, they can't close the deal.
Okay.
You know. I'm with you.
Yeah, Josh Allen hit him straight on.
Hey, here's the good news.
Okay.
Myself and D-Rock will have a stress-free Monday night because we're not buying breakfast this week. Battle of this guy and Tony right here. Tony needs like 27 out of
I just
DK
feel good
Metcalf,
for poor D-Rock. I mean,
oh really?
Oh yeah.
I feel bad. I just feel happy for D-Rock because normally he's already on the app right now, figuring out what it brings.
Oh, he had like 117 this week with 5 guys, which is ridiculous. Dylan did take Rashee Rice, so please don't select any Jaguars this year.
Oof. We'll have a great show. Break it all down for us. That's coming up. Jaguars today, 2 hours.
Fun Monday. Yeah, this tomorrow could be an abject. We could do okay if the team. If you get swept, you're not coming in tomorrow.
That's fair.
It was like, take it. I'm just taking it off.
Because
I can't do it.
The crappy thing is
I can't do it.
The crappy thing is you want to celebrate like crazy and
right. You're with the
I don't even want to talk about it.
Yeah.
And if you bring it up and I get swept, I'm going to hit you with this mic stand.
It's going to get
in the
ugly.
head when you're not looking.
That's why I, rather than beat you up, will just not come in.
Why are you burying me in the dirt? Shut up.